that sound?
Sounds great.
See if it's kicked when it starts back. And welcome back to the Big South Basketball Media Day. One of my favorite times of the year when it's time to get the balls out. I was a college and high school basketball coach for 37 years.
Yep.
So this is my favorite time. This comes before Christmas here. This and March Madness are two of my favorite times of the year, though.
That's right.
So we have Griff Aldridge today from Longwood. And, Coach, let me see. I'm going to have to, in your honor, we can put a blue basketball up there.
Go.
How's that?
There you go. I love it.
And your colors right here. Okay, Coach, tell us a little bit about your team. You've had a chance, to be practicing a couple of weeks now, and tell us, what we need to expect or look for this year from Longwood.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this year's team. We've got a real nice combination of returners and newcomers. And key players back, but have also added some really attractive and talented guys as well. And so, from an on-court perspective, probably very similar to what we've been like in the past. We'll try to be a great defensive team and try to be really tough on the defensive end. Make it hard for you to score, make you have to make a play, try to be disciplined. And then on the offensive end, we want to be aggressive but unselfish. Probably, similar characteristics to a lot of teams in the league, but I think that's where our bread and butter is, on the defensive end, and then trying to be aggressive on the offensive end. With letting our players play a little bit.
All right, what are your thoughts on right here we are right now? Be back again in March on playing the tournament all in one spot.
Yeah.
And excitement of tournament, early March Madness in March there. But what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's, I applaud the conference for, putting this together. And coming and playing in a tournament type atmosphere, having us all here, I think that can be a great draw. And it's hard sometimes at basketball at our level to get fans to travel. So I'm excited to try to make a push for that. Sometimes the home sites can be a great avenue as well, but it's a completely different feel. It's not nearly as much of a tournament feel. Well, when I was at UMBC, we all played our games at the home sites, and it was an exciting atmosphere for that game, but it didn't feel as much like a tournament where you get that in a central location. So excited for our guys to experience this, and really excited for the fans also to come out and enjoy what you're talking about, that March Madness and tournament excitement to ultimately get that bid to the NCAA tournament. And
again, Charlotte's a city where you can have a lot of fun and get into a lot of trouble.
That's right.
I've done both over the years, though. Well, like I say, I was a college and high school coach. Coach Tony, this is Barry Tony over here. Coach Tony was a retired coach. So we are here to have fun amongst coaches today is our thing. All right, I've got the first thing. I'm old school, and I'm trying to get everybody's opinion on this nasty word called transfer portal. That I was always one of those guys that first day of practice with my team, that I gave them the player handbook that we had that they go by and everything, and I told them, I said, it's either my ways or trailways. And I feel like that the players have kind of reversed now, and are trying to tell the coaches it's either my ways or trailways, that I'll put my luggage on the bus and I'll go somewhere else. How is it to coach in this kind of situation now?
Yeah, I think it's just a new reality, and it's something that you have to pivot to. And I think for me at times it's hard not to take things personally when a kid transfers, because you feel like maybe it is a situation where they didn't like it, they didn't like you, they didn't like the program, etc. And I think the reality is, we're in a different dynamic. And when I was coming through, nobody thought about transferring. kids these days now have social media. Everybody's posting their offers. Everybody's posting that they're leaving. Everybody's posting where they're transferring to. And so the distraction and the volume and the intensity of that distraction is something that we never experienced. And so, so I think that's a part of it. I think, in many ways, I think it's sad because I think it's a lot harder to build programs and sustain programs, or what I would say is program building is not really going to be done typically with continuity of players. It's going to almost be done year by year, it feels like. I think you have certain institutions, maybe academics or have some other draw that can help keep students, who may be like, I'm not super happy with basketball, but I'm not willing to trade this academic, degree, so I'll stay. But there are a lot of schools that don't have that, so kids are transferring right and left. So, I think it's sad, but I do think it's a reality of the game. It's the reality of what we're dealing with, and I think it's an opportunity for us to continue to be more focused on what type of experience are the players getting. Do I think that means you kowtow to players' wishes? I don't think that's the answer, but I do think it makes you more cognizant of, are they having a great experience? And you kind of reflect on, okay, this kid transferred. Well, are there things that I could have done differently? And of course I'm talking about kids who transfer, who you don't want to transfer. So.
Okay. Well, Coach, we're going to get into some things now to find out a little bit more about you, and then we're going to finish up with the fun lightning round questions there. Okay. All right. As stressful as it is today with transfer portals, with COVID, with all these kind of things there, Coach's got to have a place sometimes just to get away from it. They got to go to their happy place. Happy places can either be closing your eyes and visualizing or actually going somewhere. Where is Coach Aldridge's happy place?
I'd say it's, in my professional career, I've lived in Houston, London, and Baltimore.
Wow.
And so now I'm in Farmville, Virginia, and much different climate and environment. And it's been absolutely awesome. And my happy place is probably my front porch.
Okay.
And we have this big front porch right there on High Street. And, we'll sit out there with my wife. I like to have my coffee out there.
There you go.
And I just find it really relaxing and peaceful. And it's one of the things I love about, where we are right now in this stage of life. It's got young kids and able to be home, with them in a small community that's pretty intimate. And, that porch is pretty awesome.
Now, are you a pumpkin spice coffee drinker?
I am not. I'm just
really
just
a regular straight
drink it black, and I like my cream, but trying to lose weight, so cutting out the cream.
The end of August, I start scouting out the pumpkin spice creamer there and trying to do all that though. So, all right. Next question on this is, if they were to come to Longwood to make a movie about you, to Coach Aldridge, life story, who would you want to play you?
I've been asked this. Now, who would I want to play me? I'd want Vince Vaughn to play me.
Okay.
I think he's hysterical. I think a lot of people would say Will Ferrell should play me because people say I look like him.
Yeah, but, you do. The curly hair and all. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Probably Will
You couldn't
Ferrell.
go wrong with either one.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not.
All right, what's the best advice anybody's ever given you?
Man, great question. Best advice. Man. What jumps out at me is probably just bloom where you're planted. I think that's for most of my life, I've always kind of thought next step, what's next, whether it's next year, how do you build this, how do you do that, but just kind of enjoying and I think bloom where you plant is not only the current job you have, it might be the current season you're in, but really I think blooming is probably having joy, in that current phase. And I think so often I'm so guilty of I'm such an achievement guy and driver that I want to get to the result. And you miss the joy. Yesterday, my kids were at practice. My wife went to the hospital with a good friend who just had a baby. Welcome, baby Crowder. But, my kids were there, and my daughter, who's 7 years old, needed me to hold her because her 9-year-old brother bonked her on the head. And next thing I know, we're going through ball screen defense, and I'm holding my 7-year-old daughter. And, that's a special moment.
Yeah, it is.
And it kind of dawned on me, when she said, okay, I want to go back and play with my boys or with my brothers. But, it's real easy to just kind of gloss over that and miss that. And like I say, I'm really guilty of that an awful lot, but that would probably be some good advice.
Okay. What's the most important thing that you want people to know about you?
Probably, again, something I'm also really bad at is probably my faith. I think it's core to who I am. It's not lived out well daily, unfortunately, an awful lot, but it is the guiding force to maybe who I want to be more than who I am. And like I say, I think because of my faith as a Christian, I am a fallen person who screws up an awful lot. But that's an important thing.
And we're all sinners, and I appreciate you sharing that because we are Christians too. Okay, we tried to do the best we can with what we got to work with.
That's right.
All right, we're going to get a couple of quick lightning round questions in for you now. These are the either or.
Go for it.
All right, I think I know the answer to this one already. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
All right, would you rather stay at home or go out?
Out.
Okay, heads or tails?
Heads.
Okay, fiction or nonfiction?
Ooh. Probably nonfiction.
Okay. All right, banana split, ice cream sundae, or grandma's apple pie?
I'll take
all the above.
Ice cream sundae with a side of the apple pie.
There you go. That's
no banana split.
A la mode.
Yeah.
Chinese or Italian?
Ooh, both.
All right, early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
Hugs or kisses?
Hugs.
Cake or pie?
Cake.
Comedy?
Sheet cake.
Sheet cake. Okay.
Yeah, birthday from the grocery store. the cheap
the
kind.
cheap ones. All right, comedy or mystery?
Ooh, I do like both. Maybe comedy.
Golf or fishing?
Golf.
Okay, but sometimes I combine that and play golf and have to fish my wall out. Okay, your smile or your game face?
Which I like more? Or
yeah,
which
would you rather
more?
smile or put your game face on?
Oh, I'd definitely rather smile, but unfortunately I think my game face is on.
I can't put mine on for too long. I'll bust out laughing, and my players will make me laugh too. All right, let's see here. Fried eggs or scrambled eggs?
Fried.
All right, are you a dress-up guy or dress-down guy?
Dress up.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Okay, poor cat hadn't got a vote today.
Not a single one.
All right, this is a hard one. Would you rather win the lottery, and the lottery is really, really big, or would you rather win a national championship?
National championship.
Okay, because you can't take the money with you.
No.
Okie dokie, I like that one. Sunrise, sunsets?
Sunset.
Grammys or Oscars?
Neither.
I agree with you on that. Call or text?
Text now, sadly. Text.
Curly hair, straight hair, or in our case, no hair?
Probably curly, I guess.
Okay. Roller coaster or Ferris wheel?
Neither.
Picnic or nice restaurant?
Nice restaurant.
Okay. And last but not least, would you rather be asking the questions or answering the questions?
Answering.
Well, you have done a great job answering them, and we appreciate you being with us. If we can ever do anything to help you, that I work with Lindy Sports too, though, but wish you the best of luck this season. It's been a lot of fun.
Enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Y'all take care.
Coach Aldridge from Longwood has been our guest, and we will have his counterpart coming up next.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hello, how are you doing?
Rebecca.
Step into the hot seat
Thank
now.
you.
Come
Let's
on over
do it.
this way.
Give me that hot seat.
I'm going to slide you over this way so we want to get you in the picture good here. You don't have to wear your mask for
Okay,
this.
great.
So we can see that smiling face. There we
All
go.
right.
That I've tried to cover mine up as good as I could.
Oh, I like your mask, though.
With that. Thank you.
Festive for today.
Yes, it is. All right, we've got Rebecca Tillett here from Longwood, the women's head basketball coach. Well, Coach, tell us a little bit about you. You've had a couple of weeks here to work with your team. Tell us what to expect and what to see this year from Longwood's ladies.
Yeah, I think what to expect from us, we have a lot of returners, 8 women returning from last year's roster, 92% of our scoring, and then we added 6 new players.
Wow.
So we really have that balance of veteran leadership and then a lot of people that need to learn what we do and how we do it quickly.
Okay.
So that's what we've been working on the most, is finding that balance.
All right. A big question that I have had that I'm asking all the coaches, my poll question is that nasty word, transfer portal. What are your thoughts on transfer portal?
Yeah, I think we've all kind of seen it coming, right? The transfer portal was coming, and when the decision was made, we knew. I do think it will change the landscape of the game. I think as we look at it, you got to keep recruiting your own players.
Right. And that's hard, isn't it?
It is. Well, and you should have always probably been doing
Yep.
that in some respect. But I think, you got to work hard on team chemistry. You got to have these great relationships with the young women that you work with. And then if the transfer situation happens, sometimes you're going to be the beneficiary of that, and sometimes it's going to, take a knock on your program, and you're going to have to handle those ebbs and flows as they come.
Oh, I was a college coach and high school coach for 37 years. Coach Tony over here was a high school coach also. We both retired. And I worry that this could be something bad that could, in a negative way, the transfer portal and stuff like that, though, with the schools. Because it was always hard for me because I always walked in first day and told them it's either my ways or trail ways. And now I'm afraid that some of the players are wanting to say, well, it's either my ways or trail ways. I'll pack up and go to another school. So I wondered, I don't think I could coach through the situations now, though, that y'all are going through. So I give you kudos for that because I'm too old school. I'd be pulling out what little hair I've. Well, this is what happens when you coach for 30-something years. So that's not going to happen to you. But
I think you would have found your way. I do hear you about the concerns.
all righty. Well, let's go next to. Again, I mentioned all the bad things that are going on now. What motivates you to want to coach through in these times and all?
Yeah, I think what motivates me is the same that has been there for a long time, but was certainly put in better perspective with COVID-19, and that is empowering young women to chase big dreams and then find a way to work together to ultimately compete for a championship.
All right, that's a great answer right there. All right, what is something your mother told you as a little girl that you still apply today?
She says, go forth and be wonderful.
Ooh, I like that.
So that's a little, you've got to do what you're supposed to do to make wonderful things happen around you. So go forth and be wonderful.
Okay.
Try to remember that. Sometimes tell it to the players as well.
That's something, that, as Coach Tony would say, that's a wow, words of wisdom.
That's right, words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom. My mom's full of those.
Okay. All right. Coaching's hard. You got the tough losses. You got the disappointments. Everybody has got to have a happy place, whether it's in your mind or whether it's a physical place you go to. What is Coach Tillett's happy place?
My happy place is the beach.
Ooh, I love the beach.
Every time I'm there, I take a little video. So if I need to find myself in that place after one of those stressful moments, I can pull it up on my phone. Not quite as good as having your toes in the sand.
I know.
But a good reminder of what we're about.
I could live in a shack on the beach the rest of my life.
Just give me a towel, umbrella, some food, book.
And my other place for that's one that unfortunately I haven't been able to go to the beach in a long time. But I'm getting ready to go next month. My daughter lives in San Diego, and I've never been there before. And so I'm getting ready to go see her, and she plans on taking me to the beaches out there, though. So that'll be my beach trip. But my other happy place is the ski slopes up on the mountain, decorated for Christmas with the Christmas lights looking out. That is my happy place. Go to. That's my go-to place right there.
I think I'd spend a little more time on the ground than the skis, so I might need a few
I used to
lessons.
love to ski, but I don't know if I could do it again. Now, I'd love to try it one more time. I'd probably break my neck, but I would love. I'd look like I would break something right there, though. All right. I asked your counterpart this one, and his answer was interesting. They're coming to Longwood, and they're going to make a movie of the life of Coach Tillett there. Tell me who is going to play you in the movie.
Oh, my goodness.
Who would you want to be you in the movie?
It has to be someone famous?
It can be anybody you want to play you in the movie.
Okay, I'm gonna choose my oldest daughter. And
Okay.
I'll tell you why.
All right.
Funny story, basketball story. So last year we had a big win. We had lost to Campbell one night by one, and then we beat them the next night by one. And in our program, we talk about joy, and we watch the film over and over after a big play to see how everybody responds. And we watched the film over and over, and two of our assistants ran out, grabbed the player like they were still in college. They were on the team, they grabbed it. One of our assistant coaches did what you're supposed to do, and that's look around. Are they going to be able to advance the ball? Is there a timeout? Did the shot get off in time? All those things. I was looking for someone to hug, but there was nobody to hug, so I just jumped around in a circle out of pure joy. Well, in a recent practice, one of our players made a big play, and my daughter's on our team this year. She threw the ball like the play and jumped around in a circle. So who better to play me than her if she already knows my movements and patterns?
There you go.
That's good.
Well, I had a moment like that one time when I was coaching, and my team went undefeated, and we won the championship back when I was coaching at a lower level there when it was easier to do. And I remember doing my best Jim Valvano impersonation. That was after, when he runs out looking for somebody to hug. And I was trying to find somebody to hug, and thank goodness the first person I found was my wife, or I'd have been in trouble.
That's right.
So I can
Good choice
remember,
by you.
I can relate to that experience right there. All right, what is your biggest fear? You have a fear. What is?
Biggest fear. I think just any tragedy to children, my own children or someone else's children. That'd probably be the biggest fear.
Okay. Do you have a life philosophy, something you try to live by each day?
I do. There's actually, I don't know it by heart, but there's a Ralph Waldo Emerson quote that I really like, and it's basically about leaving the world better than you found it, right? Whether it's by a healthy child or a garden patch, so just trying to make the spaces that you're in better for the people around you.
Okay. All right, we're going to get to the lightning round questions now.
All right.
This is the
Take a breath.
either ors here.
Okay.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
All right. Stay at home or go out?
Stay at home.
Okay. Heads or tails?
Tails.
That's what I always
Underdogs.
pick. Yeah, I always go with tails.
Underdogs.
You'd be surprised how many times it comes up tails.
That's
That I
right.
always told when I was coaching football, I always told my captain to pick tails,
Pick tails.
when they go out.
Did that work out for you?
It worked out a pretty good bit. Yes, it did. Fiction or nonfiction?
Fiction.
Banana split, ice cream sundae, or grandma's apple pie?
Ice cream sundae.
All right, I hear you. Dresses or skirts?
Skirts.
All right. Chinese or Italian?
Italian every time.
Okay. Early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
Okay. Hugs or kisses?
Hugs.
All right. Winter or summer?
Summer.
Cake or pie?
Cake.
Comedy or mystery?
Mystery.
Okay. Let's see here. Smiles or your game face?
Game face. Time to go.
You got to give them that look
Gotta
when
give
you
it to
know it. Although you got a good smile and a good game
Thank
face.
you.
All right. Bracelet or necklace?
Bracelet.
Okay. Let's see. Sausage or bacon?
Bacon.
I could eat bacon on everything, I believe.
Me too.
I could be the baconator. The baconator. All right. Dress up or dress down?
Dress down.
Okay. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
And again, that keeps our streak going.
hey,
That
we-
poor
we
cat,
all know.
nobody's picked that poor cat.
Nobody's picked a cat.
Nobody.
I love dogs.
Yes, I love I'm an animal lover, but I love my dogs. Dogs are not dogs. Dogs are furry family members in
That's
my
so
book.
true.
That
Part
I
of the
just,
fam.
they are so special. All right, this is a hard one. The lottery, win the lottery, which is a lot of money, a lot of money in the millions, or national championship.
National championship.
There you go. And like we said, you can't take the
Dream
money
big.
with you.
Yeah, dream big.
Yes. All right, washing dishes or doing laundry?
Ooh, washing dishes.
I'll put them in the dishwasher.
Quicker end to the washing dishes.
There you go.
Laundry takes a little bit longer.
Sunrise or sunsets? That's
Sunrise.
probably on your beach. You have those.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Love both, but sunrise, the early bird.
All right. Grammys or Oscars?
Grammys.
Okay. Let's see. Call or text?
Text.
Okay. All right. Curly hair, straight hair, or in our case, no hair.
I'd say curly hair because I think everybody wants wet hair they don't have, so curly.
Okay. All right. Roller coaster or Ferris wheel?
Roller coaster.
Okay.
Bring the energy.
Yes, I like them. All right. Beads or pearls?
Beads.
Okay. Let's see. A picnic or nice restaurant?
Picnic.
Okay. That sounds like fun. And then my last question of the day is asking questions or answering questions?
Asking questions. I'd like to flip roles with
All right. Well, we're going to do that. We're going to do that right now. You get to ask the question now,
Yes.
and we get to answer. How's that?
Okay, I love it. I would love for both of you to tell me about one of your favorite lessons as a high school coach, because I was a longtime high school coach as well.
All right. You want to go first, or you want me to?
You go ahead.
Okay. Favorite lessons from that? Again, it's not to get wrapped up in wins and losses. That the thing that I tried to teach my players, the two things I tried to teach them, don't ever think that I don't like you, that I'm criticizing your performance, not you as a person. And the other thing is that scoreboards are not fair, that I hate scoreboards. Because in my book, if you go out there and you play as hard as you can and you do your best and you give it everything, regardless of what that stupid scoreboard says, you're a winner.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's
it's a
my
good lesson. I'll carry it.
Thank you.
Two that I've got. Hey, do your best. Don't worry about the rest. Learn how to be a gracious winner, but then on the other hand, too, learn how to be a gracious loser.
Great advice. That's why you guys are the veterans of it.
So that's why we're retired. Well, we have had a ball with you today. It's been a lot of fun. We wish you all the best. If we can ever do anything, that I work with Lindy Sports too, if I can ever do anything to help you in your program right there, though. But wish you the best of luck. And
Thank you.
again, thank you for being with us. This has been fun.
It has been fun. I appreciate both your time.
Hey,
Thank you.
best wishes to you. I hope you have a great season.
Thank you. Me too.
We appreciate your time.
Take care.
Thank you. So, Rebecca Tillett from the women's head coach at Longwood has been our guest, and that was fun. She was very lively, and let's see who we have coming up now. I'm going next to no, that's not who I was going to next. Yes, I was putting the men's name up there. I got to get that switched. No, you're coming next anyway. You're with us. I had that. I just pushed the wrong button. Come on, have a seat with us right here.
I'm Honey Brown.
And I am Coach Dick Cox. So
Nice to meet
nice
you.
to have you. We have got the wipes. I brought
Okay,
everything.
listen, we'll just get it all going.
That's what we did
Okay,
here.
we'll just
You
get
fix it, however, because I want y'all to get to coach this
That's
year.
right.
That I was a
Coach somewhat
college.
normally without maybe a mask on and everything else on, right?
I was a college and high school coach for 37 years. Coach Tony was a coach too.
Is that right?
I
Great.
don't envy you now that I don't know if I could coach under circumstances today. There's so many things going on in the world, and just things are different now.
You'd be able to figure it out. I have faith in you. Man.
Well, thank you.
Come on.
Thank you. So, Honey Brown is our guest now, the head women's coach at UNC Asheville, right up the road. I'm down in Spartanburg.
There you go. We are
So
right for
we love coming. I love coming up the mountain.
It is great.
That I came through your town twice in the last month. I go going to Pigeon Forge, and going to Little High School, to Broadcast High School football.
Robbinsville. They've
Yeah.
been really good in football.
Yes, they
Yeah.
have. But that was just a beautiful place up that way and up your way. So.
My family lives in Sevierville, Pigeon Forge. I went to high school there, Sevier County.
Well, I got to go on my first vacation in 23 years this summer.
Is that right?
And it was the first one just my wife and I had been in over 30 years. And we
Wow.
went to the inn at Christmas Place. place.
Oh, yeah, that's a good place to go.
That is a great place. Well, let's hear a little bit about the UNC Asheville women's basketball team. I know you've been practicing for a couple of weeks now. What can you tell me to expect from your team this year?
Yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of aggressive play. I think we are young, but I think aggressive, and I think that's one of the words I can say about our group. I'm excited about our versatility. I think we can move some players around in different positions, which that's exciting, I think, as a coach, because then it gives you a lot more weapons and a lot more things that you can do. I'm excited about just getting to get out there in front of fans. You know,
Yes.
I think that's going to bring a different energy for our team because we've got 5 freshmen and 3 sophomores, and none of them have been in a college gym where there have been fans and excitement and all of that. I mean, again, some have played in big arenas and played, but, you know, I've got, you know, more than half my team that's not played in front of a college environment yet. So I told some folks before, you might see some balls flying around. We got some youth, so be ready if you're in the front row. But by conference time, hopefully we'll have that cleaned up. Right?
Hold on to your drink and your
That's
popcorn.
Right. That's
Pay
right.
attention.
That's right.
What do you enjoy most about coaching your team?
Just their personalities. I think they are a fun group. And I know some coaches may say that, but we really try to work on our team chemistry. We try to do some fun things because we want to be intense when we get out on the court. So I think you've got to have that balance. And I think that's what players and families, especially females, are looking for is the experience. But they're a fun group to be around. I think they enjoy each other. And so that's fun to watch them interact and watch them grow. Like watching our freshmen in June now compared to where they are now is you know, already a big change, and it's exciting to see them grow on and off the floor.
Well, I actually I've coached men and I coached women. I coached women's basketball 40 years ago at
that
USC
right?
Upstate.
Okay.
I was assistant head coach.
Wow.
And one thing I noticed that the different about that the women, you know, we couldn't run the back pick for the alley-oop dunk play like that, though. But I always thought that the women players played with more heart than the guys did.
Yeah, I think, you know, Coach Morrell does a great job. I think his guys fly around, but I think the women that you really have to stay connected because of what you just said. You can have some athletes that are just high flyers that can just go make plays and do things sometimes on the men's side, so you don't have to rely on the team game as much at times. But we have to do that because of what you said. And, you know, you have to have players willing to play their roles even more. And I think that's one of the things that makes women's basketball so great because people can see value in so many different positions, so many different ways versus, oh, if I can't jump that high or if I'm not as fast, I may not have a role on a basketball team. And with women's basketball, you certainly can.
Okay. Well, we're gonna get to know Coach
Let's do
Brown
it.
a little bit more.
Let's do it.
Questions right here. Basketball is a stressful job, coaching basketball. Everybody needs to have a happy place, whether it's a place you go to or a place you go to in your mind. What is Honey Brown's happy place?
You know what? I really enjoy sports. You know, I enjoy watching them. I enjoy going to them when I can. So I'd really enjoy watching other people compete or getting involved in watching other sporting events. And I also like getting outside. Like I enjoy hiking or walking or jogging or different things with my dog. So those probably 2 pieces I think are what I would probably lean to the most.
Okay. All right. When you were a little girl, what's something your mother told you that you still apply today?
Treat people the way you want to be treated.
Okay.
You know, I think my mom
good philosophy.
set a good example with that. Like she was always welcoming to folks, you know, always had a smile on her face, meeting people. You know, you want to treat people the right way because that's just what you should do. And, you know, I think I got that from my mom and also from my grandparents.
Do you have a philosophy in life or something that you try to live by each day?
Out working, I think that's from my family and also from Pat Summitt. Being in Tennessee and growing up in Tennessee and seeing her influence. I mean, she was very competitive, but she was also one of those people that, you know, you might have more talent, but you weren't going to outwork her. And I think that's a lot of who I strive to be. And I know some people may work harder and may, you know, can show me that, but I really, you know, try to strive to do that every day.
Okay. All right. You can go anywhere in the world,
Oh,
to
gosh.
any restaurant in the world. Where would you go and what would you order? What would you eat?
Whew. It depends on the day, probably, but I enjoy some, you know, It varies. I enjoy some pizza or Italian food, so maybe I would go to
Okay.
Italy or somewhere like that where that would be authentic. And then, but also enjoy some Mexican food at times too. I've never been to Hawaii. I like doing stuff at the beach, and I like some seafood, but I can't say I'd want to go to the beach and eat seafood. I'd want to go to the beach and then still maybe have some pizza. Who knows?
Okay. All right, that leads me, you were mentioning that, to my next question here. What's something that you've got on your bucket list that you want to do sometime?
I'd love to be in a national championship game. Whether it was in some capacity, whether I was getting to be the head coach, be an assistant coach, be involved in some. You grow up and you've been to those. As a fan, I've been to those as a coach, being in the convention. But being involved in it, I think, would be just something huge. And I don't think that's something that everybody can put, mark off their bucket list. It doesn't happen for everybody, but I can say that is something that I would absolutely love to do at some point, be involved in a national championship game. If not the national championship, at least the Final Four.
I missed it by 1 year when I was assistant men's coach at USC Upstate. I coached James Holland.
Okay.
That he was one of my players, but we made it, my last year there, we made it to the national semifinals, and during the off season, I was getting married and everything then, and I had to get more money. I got a job coaching public school and then won a national championship the year I left.
Is that right?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's
so
great.
that's still, I'm like,
Stings a
I
little
ought
bit,
to
doesn't
be
it?
in that
Stings.
picture. I ought to have a ring still, because I coached those guys for 3 years before they got there to actually finish it off, though. So, but I just missed it.
Yeah.
With that, though. So, what's the best advice anybody ever gave you?
Gosh, so many things. I think it goes back to Pat Summitt, too, as far as just watching her. Maybe she didn't give it, but just watching her on the day-to-day on how she worked, how she treated her players. She demanded a lot, and I've had some coaches that did that with me as well. Demand a lot, but love on you, and also, but want you to do well in life. It's not just about what you did for them for that time that you were the basketball player. And I think that's the biggest advice, is that, life is a journey, and you want to be on a journey with some of these young people or people that you're around, and just take it day by day, but help each other out. I think that's one of the biggest pieces.
If somebody did not know Honey Brown, if you were to meet somebody out here in the street or somebody walking through here didn't know you, what would be the most important thing you'd want them to know about you?
That I'm a good person. That I'm gonna talk to everyone, and hopefully, it doesn't matter who you are, what your level is, all of those people, but that I'm a good person, that I'm going to say hello to you, that I'm going to have the same genuine respect and personality with you that I would with anybody else.
Okay. Well, we will make sure to spread that word. We're spreading that right now.
There you go.
All right, we're going to get to the quick questions here, the lightning round questions. These are the either or.
Okay.
Are right here. Coffee or tea?
Tea, I guess, because I don't drink coffee.
Okay. All right. Stay at home or go out?
Oh, gosh. Stay at home.
Okay. Heads or tails?
Heads.
Okay. Fiction or nonfiction?
Nowadays, probably nonfiction.
All right. Banana split, ice cream sundae, or grandma's apple pie?
Oh, ice cream sundae all day. Come on, give me that chocolate.
Okay. And I think you may have answered this already. Chinese or Italian?
Italian.
Early bird or night owl?
Night owl, by far. That's a family thing.
Are you a hugs or kisses person?
Hugs.
All righty. Cake or pie?
It depends. Is it my grandma's or from the store?
Grandma's. How's that?
Pie.
Okay. Comedy or mystery?
Comedy.
Okay. Your smile, would you rather smile or put on your game face?
Oh, gosh. Probably smile, because I enjoy smiling even during the games. It's fun.
Oh, I like to smile too, but
Yeah.
I always like that game face, just where I didn't have to say anything. I could give them that look.
Yeah, give
and then
them a
I
look.
just, that's all I could do to keep from busting out laughing after I gave them that look.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, bracelet or necklace?
Necklace.
Sausage or bacon?
Bacon.
All right, are you a dress up or dress down person?
Dress down.
Are you a big city or small town person?
Probably bigger city. I like being able to go do things.
Okay, cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Okay, the cat still hadn't gotten a vote today.
I had a cat growing up, and it's not that I'm not a cat hater, but I love going and doing stuff with my dogs.
Now, this is a one that you may have mentioned here. This is a hard one. winning the lottery, and it was millions, or winning a national championship?
Win a national championship.
And only one person today has taken the lottery, and that was the women's coach at North Carolina A&T. So you need to give him a hard time.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that.
Tell him, show me the money.
I'll do that. Knowing him, he'll do some really good things with it, though. So I don't blame him for saying that.
Okay, washing dishes or doing laundry?
That I like or don't like.
Which one of those would you choose to do?
That I would choose to do probably dishes.
Okay, I would wash them off and put them in the dishwasher. Grammys or Oscars?
Grammys.
Calling or texting?
Texting.
Curly hair, straight hair, or in our case, no hair?
Straight hair.
Okay. Roller coasters or Ferris wheels?
Roller coasters.
Beads or pearls?
Beads.
Okay. And picnic or restaurant? Nice restaurant. Going on a picnic or a nice restaurant?
It depends. If you're in Asheville, I'd say picnic. You got all those views.
Oh, God, you do.
know?
Hey,
but I enjoy going to Asheville's also got some great restaurants, so you got me on that one.
Okay. And then last but not least, our last question is, would you rather be asking the questions or answering the questions?
Probably answering.
Okay. Well, you've done a good job of answering
Well, thanks.
them,
I
though.
appreciate it. It's been
Well,
great.
we have enjoyed having you. If we can ever do anything to help you, publicize you, I work with Lindy Sports also in doing them, though. But if you ever need anybody to do an ESPN3 game, I'm down in Spartanburg, and I'm trying to get back out doing them again now that COVID's lifting a
There you
little
go.
bit
Great.
right there. But we wish you the best of luck this season.
Thanks.
And it's been a lot of fun having you on today.
Yeah, thanks so much, Dick. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All
So
right.
Holly Brown
Honey.
Honey, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I butcher names all
That's
the time.
okay.
Honey Brown.
Some people say that because they don't really think they're hearing you right, that it's honey. And so they'll say Holly, and I have to correct them. So you're not the first.
So,
That's okay.
honey, okay. Oh, I'm afraid my wife might see that thinking I was getting personal or something. She's watching. No, sweetheart.
It's the only honey.
I'm not calling
the
her
only
honey. That's her name. Look on the graphic right
That's
there.
right.
Well, thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
And good luck this season.
Thanks. Thank you. Appreciate it. I do get that. People they hear you wrong. They'll say honey. They think you hear wrong. And I'm like, no, that's it.
That is a happy name. That is a happy name. I like that. So Honey Brown was our guest we just had. She is the head women's coach at UNC Asheville right up the road. So next up on our list of coaches will be Coach Mike Morrell. Will be with us here momentarily from. We're ready. We're ready to go. Hey, we're Johnny on the spot.
Hey, how we doing?
How you doing, Dick Cox?
Hey, Dick.
Hey, Tony, how you doing?
Hey, Barry. How you doing, man?
Saw you a couple summers ago with Coach Andy Pitt.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I've known Coach Pitt a long time.
We are both retired basketball coaches. I coached for
There you go.
37 years at the college and high school level, and Coach Tony has coached, yes, in there too. So we have seen all the battles out there. And we're right down the road in Spartanburg, so we're close by. You're up the mountain up there. So well, tell us a little bit about what you've had practice with your team. What, a couple of weeks now? What can we expect to see with your team with UNC Asheville?
Yeah, we've just finished up our third week of practice, and so I really like our group. We've got a lot coming back, like a lot of teams in our league do. We're old, which is the first time we've really been able to say that since I've been here as the head coach, going into my fourth year. So we really like our group. We got two guys on the preseason all-league team, which obviously speaks to the careers that they've had, the year that they had last year, and what they've done at UNC Asheville. So. Again, to put it mildly, very excited about our group and looking forward to playing somebody different other than ourselves like we do every day in practice.
Talk about what it was like last year and what you learned trying to coach through a COVID year.
I think there was so much to learn. I know for me, just an extreme appreciation of some type of normalcy or closer to normal than we were. Also, so much to learn in terms of ours, what was very, very specific to our team. We didn't play a game in February last year due to COVID. So we went from January 29th to March 1st and didn't play.
Wow.
So that's a long time, to not to get to play a game in the middle of your season. So we were 9-5 in the league and really playing well at that time. So I think it's bled into our off season in terms of from a motivating factor and getting the opportunity to hopefully play a full season and see where the chips fall.
The other thing that you're having to deal with now is something that really concerns me is the transfer portal. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm not concerned at all about it. I think there's a couple ways to there's two ways to look at everything. You can look at it as, hey, wow, this is not very, or how can this help my program? And so for us, like I took the job 4 years ago. Transfers at that time had to sit out if you went from a 4-year school to a 4-year school, and now, it doesn't work out for everyone. And for me, it's helped our program. It helped our program a lot in the off season. We brought in 3 transfers to our own team. So I'm. Again, I don't think there's any other way to look at it to how can it help your program at the time. And so, it's been, again, I think this offseason's really helped our program. So I don't want to say I'm thankful for it, but, I'm thankful for the guys that have brought themselves to our program through the transfer portal.
Okay. There's a lot of things there. It can give you, a lot of opportunities for kids, and you can look at it a lot of different ways. That's why I have asked this of every coach. It's been kind of interesting, the different answers that we have gotten on that. All right. Coaching is a stressful business there.
It is.
Everybody has got to have a happy place, just to get away, either in your mind or a location. What is Coach Morrell's happy place?
I got a couple. One specifically would be, I'm fortunate. I'm a member at a golf club that's right down the street from the office, from the arena. So, there's not much more I enjoy than leaving the office later in the day and just walking 9 holes and sometimes I'll listen to music as I play just by myself. That's definitely a happy place for me. And then again, I'm fortunate. I got a house that's got a couple decks on it, so I enjoy going out there. Asheville's a great place to sit and enjoy the scenery and what is around you and be aware of the great gifts that we have. So my porch is the other one, so I'll give you 2.
All righty. Well, we need to get you. Coach Tony and I both are retired, so we started a new thing this summer, or during the summer, of saying we're going to play golf at least once a week.
Yep.
And we actually turned it into a TV show that's on YouTube every week. It's called 2 Old Farts in a Cart. And what we actually do is each time that we play, we take the camera with us, and in between holes that we chat where people can – this is for people that ever wondered what 2 old farts talk about during a round of golf. And so we put that on.
Yeah.
It was a little show that we did every week. So you need to come join us on to be 2 old farts and a young fart in a cart there.
There you go.
We never talk about our golf game. It's always something.
No. I just throw the bag on my back and walk not a lot of a better way to spend a couple hours and walking 9 holes and getting to know yourself a little bit better. My golf game, I don't really care where the golf ball goes. I just need at least 6 or 7 of them before I start, because I usually don't come back with 6 or 7.
I can't tell you the number of times that we even got a card to go with us. We never kept score. We joked, we laughed. Hey, I came out for the summer on the plus side that I'd find like 13, 14 balls each round.
Yeah.
He said, how many balls you found today? Well, you need to stop and sell them on the way home.
We did a select shot golf tournament for our athletic department at the end of August, and one of the things they gave as gifts to the players was a dozen Pro V golf balls with an Asheville logo on it.
Oh, man.
And so what's up, Griff? Speaking of bad golf games, you would not believe the amount of Asheville golf balls we found out on the course after that tournament was over.
Wow.
And a lot of bad golfers out there.
What's the best advice anybody ever gave you?
My grandmother, when I didn't know what I wanted to do growing up, she said, well, just make sure you do something that's not work.
It's not work. There you go.
Yep.
That we enjoy what we did and actually got paid for it.
That's
the
right.
years that we coached.
Still in money.
You're right. All right, you can go to any restaurant in the world.
Yep.
and order anything you want. Where you going and what you getting?
Going to Red Ash in Austin, Texas. I lived in Austin for 3 years before I came here as an assistant coach. It's my favorite restaurant, and I'm getting probably the bolognese.
Okay. All righty. All right. Hollywood's coming to UNC Asheville. I know they film a lot of movies there, but they're coming to film a new movie on Mike Morrell. Who do you want to play you in the movie?
Bradley Cooper.
Okay. Yeah. Now, is this the long-haired that when the star's born?
The Hangover Bradley Cooper.
The Hangover Bradley Cooper. Okay, that one right there, though. All right, what's something you got on your bucket list?
Skydiving.
Okay.
I just never was a big proponent of jumping out of planes that are moving, but I got to do it at some point, because I want to see what it's like on the way down.
The only skydiving I did was jumping for a rebound. That's about as high as I wanted to go.
You came down pretty quick, too.
Yeah, I did.
bet.
I came down quick without a chute, too. So, all right. What's your biggest fear?
I don't have one.
Okay, that's good.
As my grandmother would say, the only person you're supposed to fear is God himself.
That's right. Okay. All right, couple of quick ones real quick on the lightning round questions. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
All right.
Times 2.
Stay at home or go out?
Go out.
Do you drink pumpkin spice coffee?
No.
You don't? Okay. I was going to sell you some. Heads or tails?
Heads.
All right. Fiction or nonfiction?
Fiction.
Banana split, ice cream sundae, or grandma's apple pie?
Ice cream sundae.
Chinese or Italian?
Chinese.
Early bird or night owl?
Oh, early bird.
Are you a hugs or kisses person?
Hugs.
Cake or pie?
Cake.
Comedy or mystery?
Comedy.
Smiles or game face?
Game face.
Okay. Let's see. Sausage or bacon?
Oh, bacon.
Dress up or dress down?
Dress down.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
This cat still hadn't got a vote. That poor cat had only one person's ever voted for one. All right, this is a tough one here. Win the lottery, which is millions of dollars, or win a national championship. I'm dangling it in front of you.
Yeah, national championship, because the millions is going to come with it.
Okay, there you go. And plus, if you win the lottery, you can't take it with you anyway. So, but you can take the memories of the national championship. Sunrise or sunsets?
Sunrise.
Grammys or Oscars?
Grammys.
Calls or texts?
Texts.
Roller coaster or Ferris wheel?
Roller coaster.
Let's see, something here. Curly hair, straight hair, or in our case, no hair?
Straight.
All right, and picnics or a nice restaurant?
Nice restaurant.
And last question is asking questions or answering questions?
Answering.
All righty. Well, you've done a good job of answering them. If we can ever do anything to help you out, we're right down the road in Spartanburg. And, again, wish you best of luck. We'll be keeping up on what's going on at the top of the mountain.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you. Appreciate you visiting with us today.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
one. Coach.
I'll see Coach.
Absolutely. Please tell him I said hello.
We'll go ahead and get, let's see. All righty. How you doing, Coach?
Hey, doing good. How are you?
Good to see you, Dick Cox.
Quentin Farrell.
We'll let you pull up the hot seat over here, get you a mic and some headphones, and we'll be ready to go. Well, you're amongst coaches that I was a college and high school coach for 37 years. Coach Tony was a coach for about the same amount of time. So we are right up the road from you in Spartanburg.
Okay, yeah,
So,
right up the road.
So we're right there and close by, though, but we appreciate you taking the time to be with us today. And just first of all, want to know a little bit about what your team's going to be like this year down the road at PC.
Yeah, hopefully we're a team that's very unselfish. Hopefully when people watch us play, we play extremely hard. We play for each other, have great, energy, enthusiasm, and spirit. we've spent a lot of time focusing more on some of those intangible type things. Because obviously you're going to work on the basketball stuff, the X's and O's, the defense, the offense. But, I think so much of it is just trying to become what I like to say is a true team. So we spend a lot of time speaking to that and trying to bring that to fruition.
Talk a little bit, too. It's got to mean a little bit more to you, or maybe a lot more, there being – you played there, and now you're back coaching on what you expect, what you think your players should do. But just talk about just coaching at your school that you graduated from.
Yeah, well, it's definitely special, and just for one, just to have an opportunity to be a Division I head coach or a college head coach is a dream come true. But then to be able to do it at a place where I gave a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to, and cultivated a ton of great relationships. To have a chance to bring success to the men's basketball program there would be amazing. And so it definitely is something that motivates me every day when I wake up to put my best foot forward and to attack it at a high level.
How tough was it? Talk a little bit about coaching during a COVID year last year. What did you learn through all of the turmoil and everything you went through last year with COVID?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is, you had to kind of just be prepared for anything last year. And when you're in it, you're just trying to continue to just get better and, focus on the next day. But having time, obviously, to look back on it and reflect, there was definitely a lot of value gained from last year. Just having a chance to play a season, to get the reps and to gain the experiences, even though they were probably, challenging and difficult. You just hope that you come out a little bit better, this year, having gone through all of those challenges last year.
I've asked all the coaches. I've been curious on this. Again, we are two old school coaches here. On what are your thoughts on the transfer portal rule? Do you think it's good or bad for basketball?
Yeah, that's been something, for the past few years. There's always been whispers of that, potentially coming. So I think as a coach, to the best, we could be, we've been somewhat prepared for this day coming because you kind of knew of something that was going to come. For me, I don't mind it from a standpoint of the player empowerment part. For a young man, if he feels like he, made a bad decision or he gets there and finds out that campus isn't a fit for him, to have the ability to, go to a new institution and be able to play right away. I think in terms of from the competitive side of the sport, I just feel like it's just another challenge, another, variable you have to try to put into the equation to figure out how to create success for your program and where you're at.
Okay, we just talked about the things that are stressful for coaches right there. Every coach has got to have some kind of happy place. It can either be one in your mind or it can be a place you go to. What is Coach Farrell's happy place that you go to?
I feel like I got a couple. One of them is just car rides. Whenever I feel like I, have about a 20-minute ride, or even if I'm going recruiting, I think that's a great time to decompress, kind of be with your thoughts, and then my backyard, kind of being on my back and kind of peace and serenity is always another, a good place to decompress and to kind of be with your thoughts and to kind of get to that happy place. And outside of being with my family.
There you go. Well, my wife, who is my executive producer, who is watching back home right now, she helped me. She came up with some of these questions, gave me some new questions, and one that she said is, what are your life's philosophy, something you try to live by every day?
Oh man, that's a good question.
She gets the credit for that one.
Yeah, that's a great question. For me, probably just don't take anything for granted. Life's short, and so just trying to live in a moment and maximize the day.
When you were young, what was something that either your mother or your father told you that you still try to apply today?
So many of those too. I think probably something my mom would always say to me, and really just always giving your best. How you do anything is how you do everything. It's something my mom would always say to me growing up.
Okay. A couple of things to you before we get to our lightning round questions. All right. Now, what's the best advice anybody's ever given you?
That's hard to put into one thing. I'll give you something professionally that's helped me. I had a mentor of mine when I was a 21-year-old assistant at PC. I was sitting down with him on the road at a recruiting event, and he told me one of the number one things I needed to make sure I always did, in coaching was follow up. And it was very simple, and over the years, I've really come to understand what he meant even more as I've been in it longer and longer. And so that was, to me, a critical piece of advice I got very early on, and I don't think I would be the head coach, at PC right now if I hadn't taken heed to that advice. But it was great advice. Follow up.
Okay, Hollywood is coming to PC next week, and they're going to shoot a movie. It's the life story of Quentin Farrell. Who do you want to play you in the movie?
Oh, that's easy. Denzel.
Denzel? I can see the resemblance there.
That's easy.
All righty. Well, I'm sure Denzel would not do you wrong or anything
I don't
like
think
that.
so.
Okay. All right. If you can go to any restaurant in the world and order anything you want, what would you get?
Any restaurant or anything I want. I would probably have to say, I like a good steak. So I would probably find a great steakhouse wherever I was at. I don't want to say one name. I don't want to make anybody mad out there. So wherever we were at, probably the best steakhouse in the area or in the town, I would probably have to go try that out and, maybe get me a bone-in ribeye or something like that.
Coach Tony and I, in all the games that we cover the Panthers, we've covered the Hornets, we cover South Carolina, ACC, SEC, and a lot of stuff like that. We make sure that I get my Y's out. We know where every where the Longhorn Steakhouses are, and try to make a stop there along the way there, though. So that the ribeye there, the ribeye is good. So they're not one of my sponsors, but I still we'll go ahead and say that, though. All right. Last question before we go to lightning rounds. Somebody, say, walking down the street right here, you were to bump into them. They didn't know anything about you. What would be the most important thing you wanted them to know?
That I'm a good listener. I pride myself probably on listening more than I talk, so I would go with that.
Okay. All right. Well, lightning round really quick right here. These are the either ors, coffee or tea.
Tea.
All right. You're the first tea man today.
I don't drink coffee. Everybody, father-in-law, wife, they try to get me to join the coffee club, the Starbucks club, but I'm still standing firm on that.
I hated coffee. Never drank coffee while I was teaching and coaching. And my wife, that's one of our most important times of the day, that we have coffee and we can sit down and talk. So I got to have my coffee every day. And this time of year, I got to have my pumpkin spice coffee.
Oh, yeah, that's key. And what I'm learning is probably give me another 5 years when we talk.
Yeah, you will. You will when you retire. I bet you'll be a coffee drinker. All right. Are you a stay-at-home or go-out guy?
Stay at home.
All right. Heads or tails?
Heads.
Okay. Fiction or nonfiction?
Nonfiction.
Banana split, ice cream sundae, or grandma's apple pie?
Grandma's apple pie.
Probably put a little of that ice cream sundae on top of it, too, while I mowed. I could go with that.
A little bit of both.
Chinese or Italian?
Italian.
Are you an early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
Okay. Are you a hugs or kisses guy?
Hugs.
All right. Are you a cake or pie guy?
Cake.
Okay. Are you like comedies or mystery?
Mysteries.
Okay, let's see what else we got here. Would you rather put on a smile or a game face?
Game face.
Game face. There you go. And I can only hold mine for so long or I'd start laughing. Okay. Sausage or bacon?
Man, depends on what day. Bacon.
Are you a dress up or dress down guy?
Dress up.
Okay. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
This cat still hadn't got a vote.
No,
That poor cat, nobody wants a cat.
Zero.
All right. This is a hard one right here. Would you rather win the lottery, and it is millions, or would you rather win the national championship?
National championship.
And only one person today has said the lottery. That was the women's head basketball coach at North Carolina A&T. So y'all need to go up to him and say, show me the money.
Well, I was about to say, I would imagine most national championship head coaches make.
They probably have benefits for that.
Hey, that's right. They bring millions in.
All right. Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Okay. Grammys or Oscars?
Grammys.
Okay, you look like a Grammy. You look like a singer. Coach Tony and I ran in. We were at a place in Atlanta one time and ran into Usher. You remind me of Usher.
Yeah, I've heard that.
He actually came in and sat down next to us, and we shook hands with him there. And I said, Coach Tony, I said, you're not going to believe who's behind me. He said, who is it? I said, Usher. He said, who's that? I said, he could buy you.
Probably good.
So, all right, roller coaster or Ferris wheel?
Roller coaster.
All right, let's see. A picnic or nice restaurant?
Picnic.
Last question is, would you rather be asking questions or answering questions?
Can I say neither?
Neither, if you want to. If you don't have a choice of that.
Answer.
Okay, answering questions. All right. Well, Coach, appreciate you being with us today. Like I say, we're up the road in Spartanburg, and if we can ever do anything to help you,
Thank you.
give me a call. That we'll be more than happy to promote your program. If you need somebody to broadcast one of your games, that we're back out doing that again now. Or if you have ESPN3 game or anything, give me a call. I'd love to do it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, you too.
So Coach Farrell has been our guest today from Presbyterian College right up the road in Clinton, South Carolina. And our next coach is going to be the Hi, how are you doing?
Good, how are y'all?
Dick
Hey,
Cox.
Alora Sharp. Nice
Good to
meet
see.
you. Alora Sharp, that's right.
We've
I
got.
think I interviewed with you last time.
Yeah,
right?
we did.
Yeah.
I hope we had fun last time.
We did.
All right, I got whatever you need right here. All the stuff for the hand sanitizer. We've got the things right there because we want to keep our coaches safe so we can play basketball.
I'll take some of this.
So we will definitely see what we can do with that. Take all you want. That we got a big thing of it there. So
You got a fancy keyboard and everything.
yeah, we've improved our stuff a little bit. I think since
COVID's
last time.
been good to you.
Hey, I've even got the blue
Wow.
the blue
Very
ball
good.
for PC.
Very good.
So we're
and the
taking
blue mic.
Yes. Oh, I hit the button. I got to get back to the blue. There we go.
go.
And blue mic. So we're taking care of you.
And you wore your blue.
I wore my blue,
Man.
and I live right up the road in Spartanburg.
Very good.
So, right down the road, you're right there. Again, I've got some players that I broadcast that from Broome High School that are actually playing football at PC right
wow.
now.
Very good.
So good connection there, though.
Yeah, how about that?
All right, tell us a little bit about your team. We've got Coach Sharp with us right now from PC. Tell us about your team. You've had a couple of weeks of practice on what we can expect to see on the floor this year.
I've really enjoyed coaching this team so far. I'm excited about having a lot of returners. This is the first year that I can say we have an older team, which I really, really like. And we've been getting better. We've strung together a couple really good practices this week, which I'm excited about because I challenged them last week with our consistency. And if you look at our Big South record last year, that was exactly the number one thing was just our consistency day in and day out. So we really have challenged our team with our leadership and our consistency. And we have three big players coming back, and Jade Compton and Trinity Johnson and Tiana Carter, who all three average double figures for us. I think that we return 88% of our scoring, which is what I've learned here today, and I'm excited about that. But we're going to be known for getting up and guarding people, and we want to be the best defensive team in the conference, and we're working to improve on the offensive end. We're going to be paint dominant again this year. We're hoping to shoot it a little bit better, and we've improved in that area with some recruiting and some off-season work. But we play really hard and play with a lot of emotion, and I'm just excited to grow in our end-of-game situations. We lost 5 games by 1 point last year, and that's the difference in us getting to the next level of the conference. To get into the top and compete for a championship, we've got to be able to close out close games, and there's no excuse anymore for we've just never been in that situation before, and we've had that experience. And so I'm looking forward to our players really leading us down the stretch that way.
Last year was a very trying year in a lot of ways with COVID and all. What did you personally learn coaching through a season like that?
I think the number one thing that I learned is adaptability. I think sometimes as coaches you get stuck in a routine, and when you know we're going to play this team on Wednesday and this team on Saturday and this team on Wednesday and this team on Saturday, you get really into a routine of I'm going to scout this team this day, I'm going to meet with the staff on this team, and you can take all that up, roll it up in a ball last year and throw it out the window because there was a point in the season where we were all prepped and ready for Asheville. We had done our final or our day before our final prep day, and we'd presented the scout, and 5 minutes after I walked into my office after practice, I get the phone call that all of a sudden we're not playing Asheville and we're going to Charleston Southern the very next day. And so we scrapped that, and we brought the players back over, and we kind of told them the situation and just told them we were going to work really hard that night and get them ready to play, and Charleston Southern had to go through the same thing, and so Charleston Southern was actually on a bye, which I think would probably be worse, honestly, thinking, all right, we're going to have some time to work on things and to have to then turn around and get your mind right to play. So I think just adaptability would be the number one thing. And just, I think, gratitude, just not taking for granted the opportunities to compete against somebody else. We only played 2 games in the month of February. We were healthy, but it just so happened our bye fell then, and the teams that we were supposed to play couldn't play, and it was a long month of February. That's the time of the year where you want to play game and get ready to go, and so just any chance we can get out on the court and play somebody else, I'm going to be really thankful from now on for that opportunity.
Okay, I've asked all the coaches this one right here, though. What are your thoughts on the transfer portal?
Oh, boy. I think a couple things. I think the old school part of me wants to say, finish what you started, right? But we actually picked up a transfer in the off season, and what I love about what she's brought is her experience. She played I'm her 4th head coach.
Wow.
And so she brings she's extremely bought in because she's had so many different experiences. She's really appreciative for our hands-on coaching staff and our relationship-centered, approach that we take. And so she's been really good getting our freshmen bought into that. And I think it's wild. I appreciate that we still are not, as of right now, can't transfer within the conference. I think that's good and keeps some integrity in the conference. But I think it'll change things up. But you can really flip your roster with the transfer portal, and but so it'll be interesting to see what continues to kind of happen. We were really fortunate to retain our players, and even Jade Compton coming back for her 5th year playing for us. We're excited about that.
Okay. Well,
I'd love to know what other people's responses were to that.
It's been 50-50.
Yeah.
Some for it and against it. I'm an old fart. I'm one of the old school coaches there.
Yeah.
That I just worry about it. That I always told my players on our first meeting we would have, and when I give them their players' handbooks and all, and basically told them it's either my ways or trailways. And I feel like the players are, I'm afraid it's gone all the way turned around where the players are saying it's either my ways or trailways, and I'm going to get the bus and go to another town.
Yeah.
And that's and I don't know if that's good for basketball if that's the case.
Well, I think the good thing about it too is the players in your program want to be there. And you appreciate that as a coach. And, I'm to the point now where I'm going into my 4th year at PC that every player on the roster signed up to play for me and our staff. And so that's really nice. But I think the portal does, it kind of weeds out the players that don't want to be there and don't want to have the commitment, which is a good thing for a coach.
Okay. We're going to go to some of the questions about you and some of the quick lightning round questions. First one, and my wife, who's my executive producer, she wrote some of these questions. She gave me some good ideas when I was sitting down thinking about what I wanted to do. What is something that when you were a little girl, your mother told you still apply today?
Oh, wow. Put your head down and work.
Okay.
I grew up on a pig farm. So
Really?
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah.
That would be neat.
Yeah.
To do that.
Kind of smelly, but neat.
Yep, but it's. I mean, hey, I grew up on the carnival.
Yeah.
So I can go one step further. I set up Ferris wheels and roller coasters and all kind of things like that, and ate cotton candy all the time and candy apples and played games and rode all day for free.
Yeah.
So
I ate a lot of pork, and now I'm a vegetarian. So my family thinks I'm crazy.
No, you don't, because I hate cotton candy now. So I know how that works right there, though. All right, another one that I don't get credit for this question is, what is your life philosophy, something you try to live by each day?
Honestly, the same thing that my mom. I mean, just show up, work hard, be a good person, do the right thing, give back to the people around you. And the reason why I coach is to impact the women in our program. And, you can't come and work on my staff if you're not about mentoring young women and showing them the opportunities that life can give us and put in front of us. And you got to make the most of those opportunities. And there's nothing women can't do nowadays. And so it's on us to show up, work hard, be good people, and go take hold and make the most of our opportunities.
Okay. Well, who has had the biggest influence on your life and in coaching?
I would say my life is probably my sisters. I'm really, really close. I'm the baby, and I have two older sisters, and they've really kind of molded me. They would say I'm spoiled, but they've really kind of molded me. But my college coach is a big reason why I coach. He gave me my first opportunity as a volunteer assistant in Adams State College. It's now Adams State University, but I made $3,000. I line judged volleyball games, and I ran the football concession stands and worked at a steakhouse when I could to kind of make ends meet. But he's a mentor to me. He's actually flying out to campus tomorrow. He'll spend 3 days with our staff and our team, and he just pours into me as a coach and as a person. He's a father figure to me, and he's definitely a big part of who I am and how I coach and how I do things.
That's great, and sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get where you want to go.
Very good.
All right, we're going to go now to the lightning round questions real quick with you. All right, coffee or tea?
Coffee in the morning, tea in the afternoon.
Okay. Have your cake and eat it too. Yeah. All right. Are you a stay-at-home or go-out person?
Stay at home.
All right. Heads or tails?
Tails.
That's what I always pick.
That's a good one.
That's what I used to tell my players when I coach football. Call tails when you go out there. And we used to win it majority of the time. Fiction or nonfiction?
Nonfiction.
Banana split, ice cream sundae, grandma's apple pie.
Ice cream all day.
Okay. Chinese or Italian?
Italian.
Early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
Okay. Hugs or kisses?
Hugs.
All right. Cake or pie?
Ooh, cake.
Comedy or mystery?
Comedy.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. Next would be put on your smile or your game face?
Ooh, smile.
Okay. Sometimes my game face turned into a smile.
Yeah,
I
hope mine
face.
do. Yeah.
All right. Bacon or sausage?
Neither.
Neither. Okay. Bracelet or necklace?
Ooh, necklace.
All right. Dress up or dress down?
Dress up.
Okay. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Cat still hadn't got a vote. That poor cat hadn't got a chance. All right, this is an interesting one we're going to dangle out in front of you. Winning the lottery, which is millions in the lottery, or winning the national championship.
Oh, a natty.
Okay.
A title.
Okay. I can understand that because you can't take it with you.
That's right.
All right, and last but not least, we'll go to the last question on here is asking questions or answering questions?
I think answering questions.
Well, you've answered them well today. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
And we're going to give you our card. If there's anything we can ever do to help you or your program, we'd love to come down sometime if you need an ESPN3 game broadcast.
Awesome.
We're right up the road in Spartanburg, though. But
Thank
good luck
you.
this season, and wish you well. Thank you for
guys.
being with us today.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye.
So Laura Sharp, coach at PC, has been our women's guest coach right now, though. So we will move on to our next person. But good luck the rest for the upcoming season, and have fun the rest of the day. You're almost home free now.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Let's see. Hi, how are you? Hello, I'm Dick Cox. Come on over and join us here. There you go.
Thank you, thank you.
And we have got anything you need right here for the hand sanitizer or whatever there. And you get to take that mask off, though.
Good, thank you.
So we're with Coach Garcia now from Charleston Southern. And I think this is your first year coaching?
First year, Charleston Southern.
Charleston Southern.
First
I
year
thought
as a Buccaneer.
the first year as a Buccaneer. Well, tell us first of all your thoughts of your first media day here. How has things been so far?
Things have been awesome. From what I have heard, it was virtual last year, and I'm probably personality-wise as high extrovert as you can be. So this is like kid in a candy store getting to see everybody.
Well, this is one thing real we've got that I was a college and high school coach. Mm-hmm. Coach Tony was a high school coach. Mm-hmm. That you're among coaches, and rule number one is you got to have fun.
Yes.
That we're going to have fun today.
That's good. Well, I guess if you forget, if you say coach, at least the whole room's going to turn around.
That's right. That's what gets me when I go in somewhere and they say coach, and I turn around because I've done that all my life, though, and then guess what? They're not talking to me. So, Coach Garcia with us here. And, Coach, first of all, tell me how it's been your first couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks now with your team. What can we expect out of your team, seeing on your team this year?
We just talked about fun. Well, we are going to have fun, and the process of developing has been fun. It's been hard, but I have inherited an awesome group of young women, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful to coach this group. They are working hard. We get after it every day. We've completely shifted style of play. And so for them, it was initially pretty hard for them to kind of switch gears, but they are embracing it, and I think they're really starting to have fun with it.
Well, you're in a great location,
yes.
Beautiful place, Charleston, South Carolina. My daughter didn't go to Charleston Southern. She went to College of Charleston, and she lived down there for a couple of years. She's living in San Diego now. I'm trying to talk her coming back to get her to come back and live in Charleston, and then I can come to Charleston and visit her. It's kind of hard to get to San Diego, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to see her next month, but for the first time. So,
awesome.
But again,
I know Coach Barclay and I have an open invite for you. You can come down to our practices.
Well, I would love to come. I'd love to come down and broadcast a game sometime on ESPN3. That I've done some work with them before and all like that. That we would love to come down there or have an excuse to come to Charleston. That's a beautiful city down there.
That's right. Come down there and eat some of that.
I was going to say we've got
sheet crab soup.
We've got some great seafood down there.
Yes.
The best. So come on.
Yes.
RVs. Yeah, I know.
It is there. Well, Coach, let's talk a little bit about some things. Letting people get to know you and all. What motivates you to, with all the things that are going on in the world of COVID, transfer portals, all these things like that, what motivates you to want to coach?
Just being grounded in why I coach, and it's to develop young women. And it is as simple as that. My life philosophy is that you honor humans, and it just so happens that my platform is to work with 18 to 22-year-olds who can be up and down, but either way, you love them through it all.
There you go, right there. All right, what in every situation, I know you got a beautiful city down there, though. Coaching is stressful. Everybody's got to have a happy place.
Yes.
Where is your happy place?
Oh, man. If it's not with family, it's on a golf course.
Okay.
Get some beautiful scenery.
You got some beautiful golf courses down there, too.
Beautiful golf courses. So I've had a lot of my family, now that I'm in Charleston, has found that it's easier to find Charleston than it was Auburn.
Wow.
I know. Shocking.
Okay.
I don't know if it's me or the food.
What's it like for you actually coming? I know you were Auburn in the SEC there that we have followed. I do a lot of work with the University of South Carolina women's program down there and all. But just talk about moving from the SEC as an assistant to the head coach in the Big South. What's that transition been like?
Well, moving one seat over changes everything, and I was up for the challenge. I'm excited about the opportunity. First time in this league, second time head coach, and so I think the great thing about having done it before is I learned a lot. Having been at the different programs since I was a head coach, I've learned a lot of different philosophical things about the game and, management of programs and things like that. And so the thing that I'm excited about the Big South is it's a great league, and it's growing, and that's great for the league that we now have 12 teams. And so I think the thing about it is there are great coaches. The transfer portal also provides an opportunity to get some bigger talent that might not have come around the first time. You can get it on the second round of recruitment and add different level to the conference as well.
Okay, and that kind of led me into right there the question with the transfer portal right there. I've asked every coach, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, you're not going to beat it, so you may as well join it.
Okay.
So, no, so I mean, I think it's, I think in a lot of ways, initially we were kind of like, what are we doing to our game?
Right.
But at the end
I
of the
worried
day-
about it ruining the game of basketball with everybody jumping around and just from the hard to coach. I mean, because I'm old school and used to tell my players, it's either my ways or trailways, and now they say it's either my ways or trailways. I'm getting on the bus and going to another town.
Yeah.
So I hope that things get better with that, but that was my concern in it changing the game.
It really has, and I even look at some of the kids that I've inherited in the program. They are transfers, and awesome people, awesome players, and I wouldn't have had them if it weren't for the portal.
Okay.
So I'm benefiting from it, and I think we will continue to do so.
Who has had the biggest influence on your life?
Oh my goodness. So many people. I mean, from family, just leading me and how to work hard and getting a good faith foundation in me. Just with that, I mean, I'm super indebted to my family. I've had some great coaches. My head coach at Villanova, Harry Peretta, taught me so much about the game, how to play it, unpredictable basketball, fast basketball offensively. Defensively, my former boss at Auburn, Coach Terry Williams-Flournoy, just great basketball mind, great leader. And so there's just so many people along the way that have really impacted me, and some other mentors that if you see us play, you might say, hey, do you talk to this person? So I think we'll see.
What is something that your mother may have told you as a little girl that you still apply today?
Well, I will say my mother. I'm going to start with my grandmother, though.
Okay, grandmother.
So
That's fine.
Yeah, so my grandmother growing up always said, if you can read, you can do. And from that time on,
Neat.
I felt like I could do anything. And so she was just very big into empowering us. And my mom was a stay-at-home mom, and so she sacrificed her career so she could pour into us and instill good foundational principles, and so that you can go after your dreams.
Okay. Being a new coach in the conference and all like that, it's going to take a while probably to get to know everybody. What's the most important thing you want people to know about you?
About me,
About
relative
you.
to the coaches in the league?
Just know about you personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. About probably as a person. I mean, faith, family, fun are my core components as a human, and so I think you'll see that in the way I hope you see that in how we play. We are gonna, we're gonna believe that we can beat anybody when we step on the floor. We're gonna try and outwork everybody. We're gonna have fun. And we're going to use our platform to glorify God. And so that's really what we're about.
That's great. That's great. I'm glad to hear you say that. Lightning questions now. We're going to go to the quickies here.
Okay.
The first one is these are either or, coffee or tea.
A coffee.
Stay at home or go out.
Go out. Definitely in downtown Charleston. Get some
Yeah,
good food.
you got to the market and other places down there.
Definitely.
And to the seafood places. All right.
And with as many people as possible.
To the Battery and all those places. There we go.
Whole group.
All right, heads or tails?
Heads.
Fiction or nonfiction?
Nonfiction.
Banana split, ice cream sundae, or grandma's apple pie?
Oh, man. Can I combine them?
Yeah, I'll let you
Okay.
combine
How
it.
about the apple pie with some ice cream?
There you, a la mode.
Okay.
There we go. We'll make it a la mode
Okay,
for
with
you.
some cinnamon on it.
Chinese or Italian?
Italian.
Okay. Are you an early bird or a night owl?
Both. But I think more naturally, I can be night.
Okay, I'm more of a late night. Are you a hugs or kisses person?
I love hugs.
Okay.
I love hugging people.
All right. Winter or,
COVID was 6 feet was just, why are we doing 6 feet? No.
all right, winter or summer?
Oh, summer. All year. Please.
Cake or pie?
My grandma's apple pie. That we
There
talked
you
about.
go. Comedies or mysteries?
Comedies. I love laughing.
All right. Put on your a smile or your game face?
What if my smile is my game face?
That's pretty good. That's what my game face ended up turning into. Was my
Yeah,
smile.
because I'm going to be
I couldn't
smiling
hold a
while
straight
we're winning.
face. There
I'll
you
be
go.
smiling if we're losing because we're going to turn around and win it.
Bracelet or necklace?
A necklace.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got over here. Dress up or dress down?
Up. I call it my threes. So I got threes mid-range and layups threes.
Okay. Got it. Cats or dogs?
Neither. No, I'm just
Neither.
I don't like pets, really.
All right. That's
But
fine.
I had cats growing up.
Okay. So are you saying cats? You would be the first one today if
Hey,
you did.
you would.
You would think that would be the one vote for the cat.
Hey, that's
Maybe
right.
the first one this year.
I don't really prefer either, but
Okay.
I'll just say cats because I had them growing up. But
Okay.
I really don't prefer.
Well,
either.
the cat gets out of the doghouse.
Hey, I tell you what, they're different. You know what?
All right.
They're weird.
This is interesting. We're going to dangle in front of you. Winning the lottery, and it's a lot of money, or winning the national championship.
Championship.
Okay.
I want a net.
All right. Would you rather wash dishes or do laundry? That look says it
I
I
all.
love
that looks like a
cooking.
neither.
I love cooking, so I'll wash the dishes.
Okay. I'll wash them and put them in the dishwasher. How's
Right,
that?
yeah.
Rinse them off. Sunset or sunrise?
Set.
Grammys or Oscars?
Grammys, because I like to think that if I could sing, I would be there someday, but I can't, so it's fine.
All right. Would you rather call or text?
Call.
Okay. Curly hair, straight hair, or no hair?
And my men? No, I'm just kidding.
No, not necessarily. That's up to you.
I'm just kidding. Probably curly.
All righty. How about a roller coaster or a Ferris wheel?
Roller coaster.
Okay.
Front seat.
And that roller coaster, here we go. You're on the roller coaster right
I'm on the
now.
roller coaster.
Okay. All right. Beads or pearls?
Pearls.
All right. Let's see. A picnic or a nice restaurant?
Oh. Probably a nice restaurant.
Okay. And last but
Unless
not
it's a picnic on the beach.
oh, that's good too. Yeah. There's plenty of places in Charleston go on a
Yeah.
picnic. And the last question is, would you rather be asking questions or answering questions?
Answering.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why, because I used to be a broadcast journalism major.
Really?
Yes,
what?
and so I love asking questions, but I'd rather be on this side answering them.
Well, I was going to tell you to ask us one of you had said that.
Oh,
So,
well.
well, that's okay.
How'd
You don't
get
have
into broadcasting?
How did I get into broadcasting?
Yes.
Well, it's interesting that I was, like I said, a college and high school coach for 37 years, and my games were broadcast. So I had a coaches show. And the guy who did my coaches show asked me to come and do color commentary for state football championship game, and it led to doing that, and then eventually went into doing on ESPN radio station there and doing the charter game of the week, broadcasting on TV and some of those things like that. So it all got started by having a big mouth. I used to always, when he would do the coaches show, he would always ask questions, and he thought he always knew the answer, and I'd cross him up and saying something about, well, your team played well tonight. Well, I thought we stunk. That we need to do that. And he never knew what I was going to say. And we had fun together, so he actually got me into the broadcasting that led to me being sitting here today, though. So
That's awesome. How full circle.
it is. It sure is, though. See, you know what the good part about this is? I can say whatever I want to, and I don't get any more of those. So that makes it good with the officials. I can say what I want to. So, well, we appreciate you being with us today, and I'm going to give you one of our cards.
Perfect.
If
Thank
we
you
can
so
ever help you
much. Okay.
do anything down your way, I've known Barkley forever. I knew him when he's back at Furman and at South Carolina and all the places. And I'm going to ask him, is it true that every head coach in the league was, with exception of Tubby Smith, was he an assistant for him at one time or another?
Exactly. No, he
So, but
developed some talent. on and
yes,
off the court.
yes, sure enough, though. But
just chasing
beautiful
his
town
coattails.
down there, and wish you nothing but the
Thank
best.
you.
And if we can ever help you in any way, please let us know.
Thank you. Help us get more food, and you guys come eat with us.
We'd love
Take
it.
y'all out.
We'd love it. Thank you.
Awesome.
So,
Thanks,
Coach
guys.
Garcia has been our special guest on our segment right now. We'll be back in just a minute.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Best wishes, Coach. Have a great first year.
I anticipate it, so I appreciate it.
Sometimes you might have to do a fire those throughout those. You want to fire the wheel? Sometimes you might just
Well, I see a familiar face here.
Yes, sir. Let's do this.
Hey, you probably could do this with me. He's been sitting there studying.
Yeah, that's right.
True
I've been
coach he is. He's got a scout report. He knows all the questions now.
I can do the lightning round. I can call it out to you.
Okay.
Ferris wheel or roller coaster?
That's right. With me, I would probably, I don't like heights anymore, so I'd go roller coaster.
Okay.
But it'd be
Cats
the
or
mine
dogs?
train at
Cats or
Carowinds.
dogs?
Dogs. I love my dogs.
A national championship or win the lottery?
I'd go national championship, and I just missed one at USC Upstate when I was coaching there. See, I coached with James Holland. I had that crowd in the
Where's
year.
James?
James Hall and I was
know.
telling him this is the 40th anniversary this year of USC Upstate's national championship.
Wow.
And James,
tell him not to have the ceremony before our game.
they probably won't have one period, but James was saying, and he said he was 11 years old on that team, and I said I was 12 when I was coaching you.
Yeah, one of our all-time greats called and said it's the 25th year anniversary of their NCAA team, and they want to be honored. I said, no way, because that's going to remind them that I hadn't taken them to the NCAA tournament. So after we go, we'll honor you on maybe 26 or 27.
Well, this was supposed to have been my 25th anniversary of us winning the region championship at Bowling Springs and making it all the way to the state semifinals, but needless to say, they didn't do anything for us either, because I don't think they've had hardly no winning seasons or anything since we left there, though. That's kind of not real good right now, though. Well, tell us how things are going in Charleston, other than it's a good thing y'all got MUSC down there, because I think you've run across a lot of injuries here lately, hadn't you?
No, that was
it last year? That's what I'm talking about. Last year you did.
You know, last year was the most difficult year of my career. We were picked third in the league. Our first game against NC State, we lost 2 starters for the year. Next 2 games, we lost another starter for the year, opted out for COVID. And so we went from one of my best teams at CSU to, a team that tested our character, a season that tested our character. And I'm so thankful for it. It helped me a lot as a head coach. It showed me some blind spots. I've been doing this a long time, and really helped me. And I'm super excited about this team. We got a lot back. We got 2 of those guys that were out for the year back. We developed our depth last year. And so, the really cool thing, you've been in coaching, you've been around in coaching a long time. Nobody knows what we have.
You're right.
And so I'm super excited to just let this boil, being picked 5th in the South, just let that boil. I won't have to say a word to our guys about that, and just let that boil inside of them through the preseason and into the non-conference schedule and into the conference schedule.
And you talk about a season like that last year. Some people, they look at it like, you win your championship or you have the great year. They say, well, that's his great coaching job. No, sometimes some of your best coaching jobs are when you go through the adversity you had to go through last year, or we've been through, where you just have to coach the heck up out of them to go out there and play.
It was just trying to improve every day, just trying to allow character to grow. So many times character grows through disappointment and in trial. And I look back on the season. I don't ever want to go through it again, but I'm really thankful that our guys were able to go through that, and it's really going to help us this year.
Well, I need you to put the rumor to rest. Is it true that with the exception of Tubby Smith, every other head coach here was one of your former assistants?
No, Kevin McGeehan tonight.
Okay,
he's one.
There's
best,
one. Okay,
he's one of the best coaches in our league, and he's not.
But
I did put a petition in that Campbell not be in the North or the South, so we wouldn't have to guard him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we wouldn't have to guard him. But nobody. That was a 1-11 vote.
All right, you've been doing this for a long time. What still motivates you to want to do this?
I love the impact that this allows you to have on players. It's a blessing every day to be around guys that, outside of their parents, you probably have as much opportunity to have influence on them as anybody else in their life. I take that very seriously. Our priorities, we want to develop dependable young men. We want to graduate every student athlete that plays for us, and we want them to grow as basketball players and have a tremendous experience, win championships. But we really tried to keep that thing in perspective. That's really hard for me. It's a lot of prayer, just a lot of prayer, because I'm so competitive. I want to win everything and everything we do, but I just wake up every single morning and excited about the opportunity to coach, the opportunity to go to work, the opportunity to have impact. I love the journey. You remember those journeys?
I do.
I love the journey of the preseason and the conditioning and the practice, and then the non-conference and the disappointments and the joys, and then you're into conference play and then the tournament. I love the recruiting because of the relationships that you're able to forge, and I enjoy it today more than I ever have, because I think as I've gotten older, relationships have become so important to me. And to like see Mike Morrell here today and to see just how he's grown as a coach, and Will, how he's grown, and they're now Division I head coaches. And how much I love competing against them, and we want to beat each other's head. But at the end of the game, I tell them I love them, and it's the relationships. Also, this really motivates me. You get to wear sweatsuits to work every day.
I used to wear shorts every day.
Shorts every day.
Yeah.
And by
You
the
see what I'm having to wear now?
By the way, that's a really nice. What size is that coat?
It's a little bit big. I mean, I lost 67 pounds last year.
Yeah. Well, that is a sharp coat. So if it gets
too
big for you, let me know.
Thank you. That's your colors, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay, you notice how I've got the blue ball one
Yeah,
for you,
but that's
too.
the wrong blue.
Okay, all right, let's hit.
And you said that to the PC coach, so that doesn't work.
All right, let's see. Gold, how's that?
Yeah,
I dialed
okay,
gold
we'll take
up.
the gold.
We'll take the gold. Okay, I want to make sure you got the gold there, though. Okay, let's see. They're coming to Charleston, and it's not to film a Hallmark movie this time. It's going to be
That's a first.
Yeah, I know, because I wanted to come be in one last year, and
Yeah.
they said you had to be in the military, so I didn't get to do that one. So this one's going to be your life story.
Okay.
Who do you want to play you?
Woo. I would say one of our former coaches that really knows me well, that would know the inside and out, that would know what's important to me, how important family is, and how much I love my wife. So I would say probably Mike or Bob Ritchie, or somebody like that would know who I am, that is acquainted with our program and what I love about Charleston Southern and about our players. So it couldn't be a real sharp-looking movie star, because there'd be such a difference between them and me that they'd say, no, that's not Barkley.
All right, I would probably go with even Kevin Costner or Gene Hackman from Hoosiers. Best movie ever.
Not Gene Hackman.
He's too old. I know.
What in the world?
He's in his 90s, but he did a good job in Hoosiers, though.
Oh, he did a great job.
That was great there.
Job.
All right, you got great restaurants in Charleston.
Yeah.
You can go anywhere to any restaurant in the world. Where you go and what do you order?
I'm at Fleet Landing. I know that's going to probably make some people in Charleston upset, but I'm going to Fleet Landing. I'm getting the mahi with grits on the side and collards, and I want to sit outside on the 1, 2, 3rd table from the right.
What is your life philosophy that you try to live by?
I want to honor God in everything I do. I want God to when I die, to say, the wins and the losses, but well done.
Job well done.
Job well done.
All right, we're going to get to the lightning round for
Let's
you
do
now.
it.
They're telling me to wrap it up, so I got to get to these questions quick here. You know them pretty much already. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
All right. Do you drink pumpkin spice coffee?
Oh, yeah, pumpkin spice. Hope's got me on that pumpkin spice.
I start looking for that in August.
It's in
I
September
love
now.
I've been
August, September, yeah.
Yep,
you're right.
you can get it though, but I got to have my pumpkin spice.
Yep.
All right, do you stay at home or go out?
Hoping I love to go out.
Okay, heads or tails?
Heads.
Okay, fiction or nonfiction?
Fiction.
Banana split, ice cream sundae, or at grandma's apple pie?
Ice cream sundae.
Pepsi or Coke?
Coke, Diet Coke.
Diet Coke. Coke Zero.
Coke Zero.
That's what I go
better.
with.
Yeah.
Okay, Chinese or Italian?
Italian for sure.
Early bird, night owl?
5 a.m. every morning.
Oh God, I used to do that when I was before I retired. Now 10:30 in the mornings. That's early morning for me. Is 10:30. I had to get up at 4:45 this morning to come here. So
You're 6 hours. That's 5 hours and 45 minutes behind.
you had been on it. Yeah, 8. I know.
You gonna make it through this interview?
I'm working. I got a coffee cup right here. I don't know. Hugs or kisses?
Kisses.
All right. Pie or cake?
Cake.
Comedy or mystery?
Mystery for sure. Action mystery.
All right. Put on a smile or put on your game face?
Love the game face.
I do too, but it usually turns into a smile because I can't hold a straight face. I'll start laughing. I'll get tickled. Let's see. Are you a bacon or sausage man?
Extra crispy bacon.
There you go. I like that too. A dress up or dress down?
Dress up.
Okay, and you look sharp today.
Well, thank
and
you.
I'll bring my coat to you
Okay,
sometime.
all right.
Cats or dogs?
Definitely dogs.
Okay, that's the only cat lover right there today.
Only
And she doesn't
Coach
even like
Garcia,
cats.
yeah.
She doesn't like cats, but she said she had one. All right, this is a toughie. Would you rather win the lottery, which is really big, or a national championship?
Definitely a national championship, 100 times out of 100.
Only one coach today.
Yeah,
I
heard that. I heard you say that. Yeah, I'd love to ride on that bus to go play in the final. That would be a dream.
Yes. Sunrise or sunsets? You see
Sunrise.
both beautiful ones in Charleston.
Yeah,
there.
sunrise.
Let's see over here. Calls or text messages?
Definite calls.
Okay. Roller coaster or Ferris wheel?
Neither. I'm really scared of heights.
I'm scared of heights too.
Yeah,
I'm
really
not.
scared of heights.
Picnic or nice restaurant?
Definite nice restaurant.
And last but not least, asking questions or answering questions?
Asking.
All right. Do you want to ask us one?
Sure.
All right.
What's been the best interview you've done today?
The one we just did.
Okay.
How's that?
All
Right answer?
What is your favorite thing about your job that you have right now? Because you have a vast coaching experience, a lot of coaching experience. What's the best thing about the job you have right now?
I can do what I want to, when I want to, if I want to.
Okay. What's your favorite thing to do during the day?
My favorite thing to do during the day, one of my favorite times during the day, is coffee time. And I was not a coffee drinker till I retired, but my wife had that every day where we drink our coffee and watch Leave It to Beaver or The Real McCoys and just sit and talk to each other about things. So that's it.
I love it. They're cutting us off. You want me to keep asking or we got to end?
He's saying,
We got to go.
thank you.
got it,
Good
brother.
luck to you.
Okay.
Would love to come down.
All right.
If we can do anything to ever help your program, let me know.
brother. Sounds
Thank
good.
you.
Have a good one there, Coach. Have a great year.
Need a contact. Just shoot me a text. Danny Healy is the director, and that's actually Jack's coach. But if you need a contact, just let me know, and I'll. What's your number? Sorry. It's all right. 910. I'll text you. 890 4631. Where does this kid go?
They just moved here.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Okay. No, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. Which would feed into where? Which would feed into where? Okay. All right. Well, there's a bunch of Broughton kids and a couple Gibbons kids. Yeah, no. That would be perfect. Yeah. Just shoot me a text. What's up, guys?
Hi, Coach. Let me get your color up here. Let's see. Let me find the reddish orange for your ball. Well, it wants to go around in circles. All right, we got the orange ball for. Let me get you in. Make sure we got you in the picture right here, though. So, well, first of all, welcome to the Coach's Corner.
Thank you.
And it's nice to know that you were not one of the Barclays alumni from here, though. All right, you got the bullseye on your back now. Tell us a little bit about the Camels this year. What you got? A little bit about your team. What you've seen in practice so far.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, we have the bullseye on our back. That comes with experience. When you bring back most of your players from a good team, that usually means you get picked high in the preseason poll, and people know about you, and they're ready to try to take you down. So, but we have, we do have a lot of good players, and we got a lot of guys that are back and are bought in, and our guys work hard. The competition in practice has been terrific. We've had a day or two where we haven't been our best, but we've been, for the most part, it's been really, really good and competitive. And, I think that's the challenge, is trying to keep them focused through what seems like a really long time since we played basketball with a bunch of guys that are very familiar. When you got 2 or 3 freshmen that you're counting on, you got to have a certain progression to get there in order to make sure that they can play for you.
Okay.
And when you don't have that, it's a lot, not that we don't have freshmen, but they're not being relied upon as much now. It's making sure everybody stays focused and interested.
Gotcha. Now, you don't have to wear this if you don't want to.
No, I'm good.
You good? Okay. All right. I was just going to tell you that they said that that you could take them off this area. This and eating were the only two places, though. So I was a coach, college and high school coach for 37 years. Coach Tony's a retired coach too, though. I don't know if I could coach today the way things are with the things you're going through with COVID, transfer portal, and all these different things like that. Just how hard is it to coach now with all these things you have to deal with?
Well, I mean, nobody could have predicted the pandemic, right? So nobody really was prepared to think about how to handle anything like that. Transfer portal stuff is, I think it's a challenge, but we're all trying to create environments where our kids are happy and want to be at our place, want to be a part of our schools and our academic institutions, and hopefully, we're creating those cultures so that is the outcome. Are we going to be able to control every situation? Probably not. Eventually, you're going to have guys that leave, and we've had guys leave in the past, and we look for the next guy that's eager to be there and wants to get better and wants to be a part of what we're doing. We also can benefit from the transfer portal. It doesn't have to be just an outward mechanism. There can be inward as well. So I think you just need to navigate and manage it as you go.
All right, the tournament is going to be in this building later on in the year here. What are your thoughts about the excitement, possibilities of getting everybody together for March Madness?
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I think it's something that the coaches have wanted to do for years. We just needed the opportunity in the right place, and we found it. I think Charlotte's perfect. This is a historic building where so many incredible games have been played, and a chance to get everybody together is going to have a true March Madness feel.
Okay, well, we're going to get to some of the fun questions, a little bit about you right now. Stress coaching with all the things that have been going on in the world today like that. Everybody needs a happy place. Where is Coach McKeegan's happy place that he goes to either in his mind or in place to kind of get away from things?
I love the beach. So that's the place that I think about. We have a house at the beach, which I don't get to nearly as much as I'd like to. So sometimes I have to go there in my mind, and sometimes I can go there in person. But like on a daily, I gain a little bit of solace, or what you're describing there, in going for a run or a walk or a bike ride, like something physical, something outdoors.
What is your life philosophy that you try to live by?
I just try to treat people the way I would want to be treated. I'm sure that's an old, Catholic school upbringing, some sort of a Bible verse or something. I don't know the exact, but just trying to treat people right, trying to do things as best I can the right way, trying to be fair, trying to be, open-minded to different things and accepting of different situations and people, and I'm trying to teach my children to be the same way.
Okay. The Hollywood sets have come to Campbell up there, and they're doing
I haven't seen them yet.
They're on the way. They called me just a minute ago. I got the call. They're on the way, and they're going to do your life story.
Yeah.
They want to know who you want to play you.
Oh, shoot. I've always thought maybe Matthew McConaughey.
Hey, there's even a resemblance. Look,
Yeah,
that he would be one, or I was going to say even a young Clint Eastwood.
Oh, okay.
That would be good. Well, we will make sure that they do you justice. How's that?
I appreciate that.
That
Tell Matthew to give me a call.
We'll have him. All right. Okay. All right.
maybe not the dazed and confused.
All right. Let's see here. Another thing is, what's something on your bucket list that you want to do?
I've always wanted to go skydiving. I've just never really, the opportunity's never presented itself. I've never made it happen. And I'm sure my wife would not be in favor of that at this point.
So I take it your heights don't bother you.
No, not really.
Okay.
Not particularly.
I guess being a short person, height's always bothered me with that, though. You can you go to wow. Okay. You can go to any restaurant in the world and order anything you want. Where you going and what you getting?
Oh man. There's a restaurant. My parents own a house down in Seattle City, New Jersey.
Okay.
Beach, and there's a restaurant there called Basketbal6l, which is a great Italian place that a friend of mine who I grew up playing basketball with is actually the owner.
Neat.
And when I was dating my wife, we went down to visit, and we had one of our first real dates was there. And so there aren't many things that I can't tell you exactly what the menu looks like. It's been a while, but something seafood from Basketbal6l is probably whatever special the chef Scott was working up would be my choice probably.
All right. Okay, let's see what I have my question here for. I was going to ask you right there. What was the best advice anybody ever gave you?
Probably my dad, just said, kind of like the idea of do something that you love and you'll never work a day in your life kind of thing. And
Okay.
always told us to kind of follow our dreams and when I kind of settled into coaching, that's one thing that he always brings up, that he's so happy and proud because I'm doing something that I love, and that I told him when I don't remember, maybe 18 or 19, that I want to wake up and just think about basketball every day.
Okay.
And that's
well, that was good advice then.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to get to the lightning round questions, I know, because you're ready to go, and everybody's probably ready to go here. So these are the either ors, coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Stay at home or go out?
Stay at home.
All right, heads or tails?
Heads.
Fiction or nonfiction?
Fiction.
Okay, banana split, ice cream sundae, or grandma's apple pie?
Apple pie.
Okay, Chinese or Italian?
Italian.
Early bird or night owl?
Probably night owl by default.
Coaches have to put long night hours in. All right, are you a cake or pie man?
Probably cake.
Okay, comedy or mystery?
Actually like both, but I would say mystery.
All right, would you rather put on a smile or your game face?
Probably game face.
Okay. And my game face usually turned into my smile because I'd get cracked up. I couldn't hold it for very long. I'd get tickled. Okay. Bacon or sausage?
Bacon.
Okay. Are you a dress up or dress down guy?
Dress down.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Okay. The cats only got one vote all day.
Not surprised.
Yes. All right. Would you rather win the lottery, which is very, very big, millions, or would you rather win the national championship?
No, come on. National
You
championship.
can't take the money with you, but the memories you can carry with you forever.
No doubt. Plus, that's probably going to pay itself out pretty well.
Down the road it will. Contract extension. Sunrise, sunset.
Sunset.
Okay. Grammys, Oscars.
Grammys.
Okay. Text or call.
Text.
And Ferris wheel or roller coaster.
Roller coaster.
And last but not least, ask questions or answer questions.
I'd say ask.
Okay. All right, this is your chance to ask us one, the former coaches.
You watched us play last year, I assume.
I've seen you.
That's not my question.
I've seen you play, yes, I'd have.
What would be,
on TV.
Okay. What would be your advice to me as to how to put ourselves in a position to be playing in that championship game and win it this year?
You're playing, from what I saw, you're playing well. You had an experienced team last year, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just within time, it's going to happen. Just keep working hard, doing the things you've done that got you this far, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it, would be what I would say.
Appreciate you.
Coach Tony, you want to add something to that?
Hey, well, I'd say I saw your team play, several times last year. Like Coach said, hey, keep doing what you're doing. Just build upon what you've done.
The successes you've had, build on them, and keep going forward.
Your experience, because you can't. There's only one way to go.
Because you're doing something right, because you got the bullseye on your back this year. So that ought to tell you right there. Yeah. Well, thank you for being with us. If we can ever help you in any way,
appreciate it.
Right there, that's our information. I also work with Lindy Sports on doing some stuff with them. So if you got anything going on you want us to promote, let me know.
Super.
Thank you,
guys.
Appreciate it.
Coach, best
So
wishes
Kevin
to you.
McGinn has been our guest today, and I believe we got Coach Fisher up next. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, Coach Fisher and I go back a long way.
We do. Doing all right?
You know Coach Tony?
Yes, sir. Sure do.
Coach Tony was at Broome for some of those years.
He probably doesn't even know me, but I know him.
So, oh, me.
See y'all. Be safe traveling.
So I'm looking. Are we the only ones left? I'm trying
Might
to
be.
I think we had one
last.
other group. Hampton, I think I had still left, have not been, but we will. I don't see anybody, though. So we'll welcome to the Coach's Corner. How you been?
Doing great, Coach Cox. I appreciate you having me today.
Well, thank you. Well, tell me what your team's going to be like this year. You had 3 weeks of practice so far?
Yeah, we have. I like our kids. We got a good core returning from last year. We got too many injuries right now, so if we can get some kids on the court that aren't on there right now, I think we're going to be okay.
All right. Well, these personally, I don't know if I could coach right now, though, with all the things you guys are up against with the COVID, with the transfer portals and all like that, though. What did you learn from the coaching experience last year trying to make it through all the things you had to go through?
Yeah, I've answered this question many times before, and, we always, every single season, we really want to persevere as a team, and you're going to go through adversity, so perseverance is a big word for us. Last year it was put to the ultimate test, and we had a 25-day pause for our program in February, and right before championship time, and we persevered through that, and our kids served each other and really came together, and we made a run and came up a little short, but getting to that championship game under those circumstances, I was really proud of our kids.
Well, it was interesting last year that I do a lot of work with Lindy Sports and my business too with South Carolina, and the things with Frank Martin had to shut down several times and went all that like that, though, of just how hard it was, where he was talking about that the players could not leave their rooms, that the university had a policy that if you're supposed to be quarantined in your room, if we catch you anywhere outside your room, you're suspended for a semester. So they couldn't even go to the gym and shoot. They couldn't go out to the park and shoot by themselves. They couldn't even go outside and walk or run a condition on that, though. They were stuck in their room, though, and I can't imagine what it would be like in that situation.
Yeah, I think it was very similar for our institution, and obviously the kids' health is first, but at the same time, there's a mental strain when you sit in your room for 10 or 14 days, or some of our players were moved into an isolation room that wasn't their room, totally by themselves, and it was tough, and we learned that we can get through it, and I tell our players, and your life is going to be full of many pandemics, hopefully not to this extent, but how you handle those and how you handle that adversity is going to define who you are. So I was really proud of our team, and it was like a bonus winning a lot of games and making it to the championship, but just how they handled that adversity I was most proud of.
I've asked all the coaches this question right now, and I'm old school and old-fashioned about a lot of things, though, but what are your thoughts concerning transfer portal?
Yeah, I'm not real big on it, to be honest. I think and I understand that there are times when you may need to transfer. That's not the point. But the point is, when you sign a player to a scholarship, and there's something about committing to someone. And I know there are sometimes circumstances where things happen and transfer is necessary, but when you had to transfer and sit out at another school, at least there was a little thought that went into transferring. And it's when when you would transfer and sit out, you were still able to be scholarshiped. You were still able to travel. You're still able to do things in practice. It wasn't like you weren't getting a scholarship or cost of attendance money. So I really kind of like that pattern. I'm not big on just being able to go from one school and the other and play immediately. That's just my opinion. And that doesn't mean that there aren't circumstances where a waiver should be accepted. But I think it kind of teaches kids when things get tough that I can just run from my problems and go somewhere else. That's not life. And so while I understand there are some circumstances where it could happen, I don't think we're doing any favors to our athletes by letting them leave on a whim without any thought or any, not that you want to penalize the kid, but make them think about that decision. So.
And I'm in total agreement with you on that, though. I mean, I've seen it in football right now where they've got the 4-game rule and all like that. And if a kid is not playing or not the first 3 games, and he's going in the portal and all like that. And you know, I think it's ruining college sports, in my opinion. I was always an old school guy that I told my players it's either my ways or trail ways. And I think now the players, by the way their actions are, they're telling the coach it's either my ways or trail ways that I'm going to get on the bus and go to another school. And it's just like, you know, lots of times kids today, I don't think they really understand that when a coach gets on them, they're not criticizing them as a person. They're criticizing their performance. And that's one of the biggest things I had to try to sell my kids on. Hey, don't go home and tell mom and daddy that I hate you and like that. I said, I'm trying to make you a better person. I'm criticizing what you're doing, not you as a person. And I don't think a lot of these kids understand that.
Yeah, with that said, we have amazing kids at Campbell, and I don't think we've had anybody transfer in 2 years. And you know, the majority of our kids are really make great decisions, and they think they understand that. So, you know, it's where we're at, and I'm not saying I won't get in the portal to recruit, because we may at some point. But just trying to teach our kids just make decisions for the right reasons. And the grass isn't always greener. Really think deeply on what decision you're making and why you're making it.
Well, it's crazy when you look, and again, I'm talking with Frank Martin. You know, some of these coaches got an entirely different team this year. And what comment he made to me last year, he said that it's like you have to re-recruit your own players every day. Right. And you shouldn't have to do that. If a kid makes a commitment to you, you shouldn't have to try to sell them on staying. Right. If they don't want to be there, then go and sit out a year is what I look at. But I'm kind of with you on that one then. Well, let's get on to some fun questions here, some more things there. All right, where is Ronnie Fisher's happy place when he wants to get away from all this crap we're talking about and just be able to relax? Everybody's got to either have a happy place in your mind or a happy place physically to go to. Where is your happy place?
Yeah, a couple of times a year I go up in the mountains and trout fish, and my idea is being in the middle of a river and fishing. Love it, absolutely love it. I've got a good coaching friend of mine that coach with me, and we meet up a couple times a year for just a couple days, and it's really good for me to do that. I really enjoy it. We get in the water at daylight and we get out at dark.
Wow, and I bet that cold stream water coming out there too.
It's a lot of fun, and catch some fish at night. It's still a good time. Yep.
Well, that sounds like that would be relaxing doing that, though. All right, I've asked this one, had a lot of fun too. That they're coming to Campbell. They're filming the Ronnie Fisher live story. Who you getting to play you?
Who getting to play me? Well, I hope they're not trying to make money off that film, because they're probably in trouble there. That's a good question. I don't know who I would say there. That's a tough one.
I wanted Kevin Costner to play me.
Yeah.
That I like Kevin Costner because he's got a little sense of humor. He's a little bit cantankerous in there. He got a little streak in him though. So.
Yeah, I don't know on that one. I'll come back to that one.
All right, you got a year until next year. Well, I'll ask you the same question.
All right.
How's that one right there though? All right, you can go to any restaurant in the world. Where would you go and what would you order?
I'm a big steak guy. I don't eat there a lot, but I'm good with the Texas Roadhouse steak and a little baked potato with some sauteed mushrooms. That's good for me.
Well, we got every place we go to cover a game, I get my was or whatever waves, whatever that thing is out, and we know where Longhorn Steakhouse is.
That's right.
That's our go-to place there. That we've got those scouted out.
Like
with that though. All right, what is something that either one of your parents may have told you as a little boy that you still follow today?
I probably tell my players 3 times a week something my mom told me all the time was success is accompanied by sweat.
Okay.
And when things aren't going well, you're probably not working hard enough. And we talk about it all the time in our program. That's what our program's built on. So that saying comes back.
Would that be along the same lines, too, of what your life philosophy is, what you try to live by each day, or what would be your life philosophy?
Well, my faith is the most important thing to me, and so my life philosophy is to follow Christ. But our team motto every year is sweat and serve, and we want to outwork the opponent. We want to serve each other and serve our community. So that's kind of who we are as a team, and that's kind of my life
Okay.
philosophy.
What's your biggest fear?
Me and my wife talk about this. I think the hardest thing to ever handle would be the death of a child. That's probably the biggest
That would be
fear.
awful.
Yeah.
That would be hard to deal
We have
with.
3 kids.
So I don't know if I could handle that right there. That's when faith would be tested. My daughter lives in San Diego.
Yeah.
And I'm getting to go out to San Diego next month this year for the first time, but I worry all the time about her out there by herself in San Diego. She's lived there for 4 years, but that just scares me to death pretty much there, though. All right, let's get to the fun questions right now real quick, the lightning questions.
Kind of deep there, wasn't it? Yeah.
So we will get on to that and go from there. Very quickly, are you a coffee or tea person?
Tea.
All right, are you a stay-at-home or go-out guy?
Stay at home.
Heads or tails?
Heads.
Okay, fiction or nonfiction?
I'm nonfiction.
Banana split, ice cream sundae, grandma's apple pie.
We'll go banana split.
All right, Chinese or Italian?
Definitely Italian.
Early bird, late night?
Yes. We do both. We stay up
Both.
late and we get up early.
You burn the candle at both ends.
Unfortunately, yeah.
So I used to do that. Now that I'm retired, I think I usually get up every morning about 10:30.
Yeah.
So, but all those days for 37 years, I had to get up at 5 a.m. to go to school for early duty and stuff like that. So, let's see. Are you a hugger or kisser?
Who are we talking about with? My wife?
Just in general. Do you?
I just joke a hugger.
Yeah, we're not going to incriminate anybody with the video.
Gotcha.
All right, here though. All right, pie or cake?
We'll go with pie.
Comedy or mystery?
Comedy.
Smile. Do you rather put on a smile or game face?
I'd rather put on a smile.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah.
My game face usually turns into a smile or laughing because I can't hold it for very long.
Yeah.
My players start laughing too. Bacon or sausage?
We'll go bacon.
Dress up or dress down? You look sharp today, matter of fact.
I'm kind of used to dressing up, so we'll go there.
Cats or dogs?
Cat. We have a cat at home. I got to go cats.
You are the second person ever to pick the cat.
I know. Yeah.
Hey, there wasn't no doubt about his. There's some doubt on the other.
Okay, the cat's moving up in the world. All right, this is a tempting one right here. Maybe or maybe not. To win the lottery, and it's millions, or to win the national championship.
Definitely national championship.
Like I've said all along, that you can't take the money with you, but you can take those memories forever.
That's right.
Okay. Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise.
Text or calls?
Calls.
Roller coaster or Ferris wheel?
Roller coaster.
Okay. Picnic or nice restaurant?
Probably a nice restaurant.
And then last, would you rather ask the questions or answer the questions?
I don't mind answering questions.
Okay. Well, you have done a good job of answering ours today. Again, Ronnie, always good to see you. If we can ever do anything to help you, please let me know and wish you the best of luck.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to ask you next year who you want to
I'll
play
be ready for it
in
next
your
year.
life movie. Who's playing you?
I'll be ready
So
for it.
Ronnie
Thank you,
Fisher has
guys.
been our special guest here.
Good luck there, Coach.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Coach, how you doing? Let's see if we can get you in right here. Let's see. Now, you're Coach Joyner, right? All right. Well, come on in and have a seat. Pull you up a headphone. We got the hand sanitizer. We've got whatever you need here. I'm going to make sure and get you in the picture right here.
All right.
And, again, our special guest right now, you are watching the Big South Media Day coming to you from Charlotte, North Carolina, the Basketball Media Day. And we have Hampton head coach Edward. You go by Buck. Is that more comfortable?
That's probably more comfortable. You call me Edward, I might not know who you're talking to.
That's like if, my name's Dick. If you call me Richard, usually that's when my mother called me something when I did something wrong. Right. Or my wife calls me that, I know I'm in trouble, that I might better take cover, though.
Yeah,
but Coach Joyner is with us right now. That's probably what I'd be most comfortable with, Coach Cox. So I was a college and high school coach for 37 years, and Coach Tony was a coach that we're both retired, sitting back enjoying talking about it now. So we don't have to feel. Yeah, no, you never know. And what we're doing now, you know what you'll never get.
Well,
I can say what I want to, and they cannot get me on those anymore. And I'm going to put up, in honor of you, let's put up the blue.
Yeah.
Let's get the blue on here. Where's the blue? Blue ball. I hit one too many. There we go. There's your blue ball right there. All right, talk to us. Tell me a little bit about you've gotten about 3 weeks of practice under your belt now. What do you see with your Hampton team this year? What can we expect to see when they take the floor?
Well, we got a lot of new faces. So right now we're kind of paint by numbers. I do like the guys that we have. This is the first year that I've kind of went heavy transfer in the portal. So, but the guys that we have, I think, are perfect fit for what we're trying to do. Right now we're just trying to build chemistry. You know, I have at least 3 or 4 returners that are key into what we do, but I also have 5 or 6 new guys that are key. So being able to at least come back and have a summer this year, have a preseason and all those types of things, we're trying to build chemistry right now, and I think they're doing a good job of it.
How hard and what did you learn from having to deal with all the COVID situations last year and trying to coach? To me, that would have been extremely difficult.
Well, you know, believe it or not, for me, it brought some kind of normalcy to what was going on. You know, coaching in basketball is what we love to do, and we were blessed and allowed to be able to play, you know, by our university and then by the conference. So I got a new respect for the young men, playing back-to-back games and this and that, going through that. I mean, we did have a few injuries, so I had some guys that was playing 75, 76, 77 minutes, you know, over a 2-game span, sometimes even 80. You know, over a 2-game span. So for them to be able to deal with that and with all the changes that we went through because of COVID, I actually built even more of appreciation for what the young men go through.
Okay. I've asked every coach this question and all. I'm old school, and it's funny that we've gotten a lot of different opinions. You know, what are your thoughts on the transfer portal?
Well, I think it's a sign of the times. It's here. I don't really have any. I probably went through my first 8, 9, 10 years of coaching without any transfers. I mean, anybody leaving. But then you hit a situation where over the last 3 years, you know, it's what it's become. Do I like it? No. But I do understand it. And then for some of our young men, the kid that left us this year, Davion Warren, he graduated from school. You know, he did everything he was supposed to do. So I did not want him to leave, but I understood that he wanted to try something different.
Right.
You know, and it is what it is.
I could understand, and I guess my philosophy for a kid that completed, if he wants to try something different. But I honestly would like to see them go back if a kid just transfers just for the heck of it, or doesn't like it because he's not getting what he wants and all. I'd like to see him go back to sit out a year instead of go anywhere where you can pack your bags. If you don't get to play very much that particular game, then hey, I'm going somewhere else.
Well, I can say this: we're definitely not teaching them to deal with adversity well. You know, and that's a tough part of it because, you know, coming up when I played college basketball, high school, or whatever, you had to earn your stripes. And in a lot of these situations, I do think the young men don't want to earn their stripes, but I also think they have the right to do whatever they think is best for themselves and their families.
And I work with South Carolina a lot, and did an interview with Frank Martin, and he said it's gotten to the point now where you're almost having to re-recruit your own players. And a coach has got enough to worry about getting ready to play games and stuff without having to try to go back and re-recruit your players, though. But do you feel like that is a case that we can be getting into or something?
Yeah, I do. I do feel somewhat similar to what he does, but at the end of the day, if you feel like you've done right by your young men and you've done right by your program, then whatever happened, gonna happen. I really don't dwell on it a lot. I'm one of those next man up, let's keep moving and keep trying to move in the right direction kind of guys. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if a young man feels like he has a better situation, he feel like he can have a better situation for himself somewhere else, that's fine. We'll move on and we'll find someone that want to be here.
And I guess you can find that too. If he doesn't want to be there, then you don't want him to be there.
Right,
he's gonna be holding your team back there.
Well, I'd rather you have both feet in the boat. Now,
All righty. Well, Coach, we're going to get to some fun questions right now.
Okay.
For the first question, you may have heard some of them while you're waiting and all like that. All right. Hollywood's coming to Hampton, and they are filming a movie on your life story.
Wow.
Who are you going to select to play you in the movie? Who do you want to play you?
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx, all right. I like that. I'm going to have to watch that movie. Tell me when it's coming out. That we will have to check that one out and definitely be there for that. All right. What's something that one of your parents told you as a little boy that you still hang on to?
Several of those, but one of my favorite quotes that I kind of live by is the true testament of a man is not during his times of comfort and convenience, but in his times of trial and controversy. I say that to my players a lot, and I try to live by that myself. When I'm going through some adverse situations, which we always do, I try to look back, look in the mirror, and look at myself.
Okay. You can go to any restaurant in the world. It's on me. And you can order anything. Where are you going and what you going to order?
Carrabba's, and believe it or not, I love the shrimp scampi.
Okay. All right, Coach Tony, you like that shrimp.
Oh, yeah, I do.
And I'm not an expensive guy neither. I'm not going to hurt your pockets.
One of the coaches earlier today said that he loves to cook, and so he loves to put the ribs on there. So maybe we can get him go eat with him there. He said he would have us over. So
yeah,
I had to go.
Right. I don't know if you want my cooking, but hey, you might not come back.
Hey, you know what my motto is? If it's free, give me 3. That's been my life motto. All right.
You come to my house, you might say, I ate one now, I want none.
Ate one and I want none.
Yeah.
My new motto.
Yeah, one's better than none.
Yeah, it is. All right. I've asked everybody this question, that coaching is a very stressful job, especially with everything having to deal with now. Like I said, I'm glad I'm retired, that I don't have to deal with a lot of these things. Where is Coach Joyner's happy place, whether it's in your mind or place you go to just to get away and relax?
Believe it or not, I go watch my kids play.
Okay.
I love watching my sons play, and whatever my daughter's into, that's the one time I get to be a fan.
Okay.
And I believe it or not, I don't critique the coaches. I don't. Yeah, I go sit there now. I am a dad now. I want to see my kid play the whole time. I don't care if you're winning or losing, but I get to go be a fan.
When I go to a game, I actually take up for the coaches because I was one of them.
Right.
Like, get off his back. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
This same guy that won the championship, he didn't forget everything overnight.
Yeah.
You know, like that, though. But that was kind of interesting, too. Some other things here we want to find out is, let me see, what's the best advice anybody ever gave you?
That's probably several different things, too, but the best advice I always got is I've ever gotten was be yourself and have good character.
Okay. What's the most, if you were walking out of here today and you ran into somebody in the parking lot that didn't know you from the Man in the Moon and all, what would be the most important thing you would want them to know about you?
Is that when you meet me, you meet me. I'm not going to be a different person tomorrow than what I am today.
What you see is what you get.
What you see is what you get.
I love it. All right, we're going to go to lightning round questions here. These are the either or quickies here. All righty, coffee or tea?
Tea.
All right, are you a stay-at-home or go-out guy?
Go out guy.
Okay, I like that. Are you heads or tails?
Heads.
All right. And heads has been the majority pick today. I normally went with tails when I used to coach football and tell my captain, we always picked tails, and we won most of the time. We won the toss.
Right.
Fiction or nonfiction?
Nonfiction.
Banana split, ice cream sundae, or grandma's apple pie?
Grandma's apple pie.
I hear you with that, but you may throw on a little that ice cream sundae there a la mode on that apple pie, and add
and
a
then
little
I'm
more.
going to mix it all up and make a milkshake.
There you go, all the above.
Nothing wrong with that.
All right, do you like Chinese or Italian better?
Chinese.
All right. Are you a hugs or kisses guy?
Probably a little bit of both.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Are you a cake or pie guy?
Pie.
All right. Do you like comedies or mystery?
Comedy.
Okay. How about, do you like to put on your smile or your game face?
My game face, which probably leads to a smile.
That's what will lead to mine. I couldn't hold a straight face.
Right.
That Sheila Foster, that's in the SEC Hall of Fame, played at South Carolina, women's player and all. We cannot get in the same room and be quiet. We look at each other and just bust out laughing, though. So if I tried to put my game face on with her, or she tried to do that with me, it'd last for about 2 seconds.
Right.
Would not last long, though. All right. Are you a sausage or bacon guy?
Bacon.
Okay. You a dress up or dress down?
Dress down.
Okay, but you look sharp today, though.
I try to clean up every
Well,
once
you
in a while.
look good. I can, yeah, we all can clean up every now and then when it takes a good scrubbing. We can here. Cats or dogs?
Dog.
Okay, so the cats ended up with 2 votes today, but the dogs room. All right, this is one that I had one taker on this and all, but everybody's gone one way. Would you rather win the lottery, which is several $1 million, or would you rather win the national championship?
National championship, because I think it's going to get me millions of dollars.
Okay, it can do that. And plus, too, if you don't, you can't take it with you when you go, the millions right there, but the memories of that national championship will last forever.
Yeah, that's true.
So that actually I was 1 year away when coaching that guy right there.
Okay.
They won the national championship the year I left as assistant coach to take another job. So I missed that by a year. So sunrise or sunsets?
Sunset.
Okay. Grammys or Oscars?
Grammys.
Okay. Text. Do you like to text or call?
I'd rather call.
Okay. Let's see. Ferris wheel or roller coaster?
Roller coaster.
Okay. Sometimes life's like a roller coaster.
Right.
Picnics or nice restaurant?
Nice restaurant.
And then the last question is, would you rather ask questions or answer questions?
I'm okay with answering questions.
Well, you've done a good job of answering ours today.
Yeah, I appreciate
If
that.
we can ever do you to help you or your program in any way, that I work with Lindy Sports also, along with broadcasting there, but we've enjoyed talking with you today and learning about your program, and wish you the best of luck this season.
Thank you.
So Coach Joyner from Hampton has been our guest today on the Media Days from the Big South Conference. And last but not least, welcome aboard. How you doing, Kyle?
I'm happy to be here.
Good to see you. This is Barry Tony.
Good to see you. How are you? You show good stamina. Showing good stamina today.
We are hanging in there.
Yeah, good for you.
We got all of our stuff here that we got for you. If you need something, we got the hand stuff. We tried to get everything. We want to keep the coaches healthy, though.
Yeah, that's right. Doesn't matter about the commissioner. Just make sure the coach.
We got that. We're going to keep the commissioner healthy because you've got to make all the big decisions. We can't have you in quarantine or somewhere out of commission, though. So there's a lot going on.
I used up my quota last year. I don't think I have any more big decisions.
So our guest right now is the commissioner of the Big South Conference, Kyle Callender here. And again, Commissioner, you got a lot of good things going on right now. And the first thing I want to talk to you about is where we're sitting right now. You've got the conference basketball tournament coming to this facility right here. And again, March Madness is going to start right in here, that you're going to have all the teams in here. That's got to be great.
Yeah, no question. We are so excited to be here in Charlotte. First of all, the people here in the city with the Sports Foundation and others have supported us so much. They've really been great partners already, getting us ready to go for this first year. The Bojangles Arena, the original Charlotte Coliseum, everybody's got stories about their experience, whether it's concerts or games or wrestling, Rick Flair.
Hockey.
Hockey, exactly.
I saw a Charlotte checker game here one time. I went to a fight and a hockey game broke out.
Yeah, that's it. But it's a great building for us, right size. They've done a lot of work to renovate it to it's really state of the art, from a technological standpoint now. So great experience for our fans, great experience for our student athletes. Charlotte's a destination. It's a destination location, and if we were going to go to a neutral site, we always wanted to make sure we're going to someplace our fans would look forward to attending and going to and experiencing the city. So Charlotte fits all those bills, and it's centrally located. I mean, it's other than a couple of schools, it's within a 3-hour drive. So our fan base can get here easily. We've got good alumni base here in Charlotte. So it's a great opportunity. Everything's lining up well for us, and we're really excited to bring the Hercules Tires Big South Basketball Championships here.
And again, like you said, it's a city that offers a lot, where you got Carowinds, where you can have a lot of fun and you can get into a lot of mischief. and we have done both of that.
Yeah, that's right. Charlotte, I mean, I've been here 26 years, and Charlotte has really grown up. I mean, the opportunities, the nightlife, the entertainment options, like you say, there's a lot of other things going on, whether it's Carowinds or the Whitewater Center or other things here.
Done both of those.
Yeah, great experience for fans. So they can come in and witness great basketball, be a part of March Madness tipping off here, in Charlotte, as you say, and then experience all the great things the city has to offer.
And Danny Morrison and his group with the Charlotte Sports Council, I've known Danny for a long. I knew Danny back when he played at Walford and then was the athletic director. He used to come to some of my games when I was coaching then, though. Yeah. But they, I think, have done a great job of promoting sports in the city.
Danny's a class act. He's been a friend of mine for a long time, ever since he was, at the Southern Conference as commissioner, and just such a good guy, such a humble guy. Puts others first, but has really, really supported sports here in Charlotte. Obviously, being with the Panthers for a while, but bringing the events in, getting sponsor involvement, and being a big supporter of ours. Because, as I say, he was at the Southern Conference, so he knows the importance of this event for conferences like ours, and so he's a great friend and a great partner.
Just talk about, I've talked to the coaches about their experiences of coaching through the COVID year last year. As commissioner, having to make all the decisions and do that, tell us what you were up against last year.
Well, it was crazy. I was always one to think and believe that sports were really important for us to get back at it. And I think that proved itself. If we didn't have live sports last year, just think of where we would have been. We wouldn't have those things to look forward to. We wouldn't have the opportunity to say, hey, things can happen. We can move forward. We can make decisions. We can have events. And so I think sports were a really important part of the fabric of what we did. I used the story that back in 1942, the Major League Baseball commissioner was Mountain Landis, Judge Kennesaw Mountain Landis, right? And he wrote a letter to FDR and saying, well, you really, we really need to call off the season. We're in the World War, there's more important things to do. And FDR wrote back and said, the country needs baseball. And so I really feel like what we did, what the pros did last year in terms of bringing sports back in the middle of the pandemic was really critical for us for our mental health as well as anything else to kind of get back at it. So we took that approach. We certainly had to delay things. But we had a great spring season. We played all our sports. We had great opportunities. Our student athletes really needed that. They really needed to get back out there, provided those opportunities for them to have championships and have great experiences. So it was obviously a crazy year, a strange year. We were making decisions on the fly, especially in basketball. We were changing games on a weekly basis based on who could play and who couldn't play. So it was really difficult, but in the end, we looked back on the year and we said, we did a great job. And that wasn't because of Kyle Cullander. It wasn't because of the conference staff. It was because we all pulled together and we all knew how important it was that we worked together in that year. And so I was really proud of the job our schools did.
I had the opportunity today to ask each of the coaches their opinion with the transfer portal. What do you think about that? Do you see, any changes being made? I like what you're doing in the conference about players cannot transfer within the conference like that, but what are your thoughts, and do you see any changes in that come anytime?
Yeah, we're talking about the conference policy in this regard because we're one of the few conferences that still has that rule. Going into the discussion, the proposal about changing the transfer rule in the NCAAs, we were opposed. And we've traditionally been opposed to loosening the transfer rules. We don't think that generally it's a positive for conferences like the Big South. Now, we could be proven wrong, moving forward. Now that things have loosened up and basketball student athletes can leave and be eligible right away, we need to play the game. We need to take advantage of that, and our coaches are, and they're doing a good job of it. So, we'll have to wait and see to to see if we benefit from it or not, more than we are hurt by it. But I have a lot of concerns because, our coaches are identifying players, they're bringing them, they're recruiting them, signing them, bringing them on campus, they're developing them, and then the best ones have the opportunity to leave and go help and support someone else. So the teams that are benefiting from the work of our coaches know they've got somebody who can compete at the college level. Transfers coming into the conference may not necessarily have that same pedigree or same experience. So why are they leaving their other job? Why are they transferring down? Why, what is the issue that we're dealing with? Now, again, maybe it won't be as big of a concern as I'm feeling like it is, and we can certainly look at DJ Burns at Winthrop, and we know that we can certainly benefit from it. But we'll just have to wait and see how it all pans out. But right now, I have concerns because, again, our best young players can leave and go play, and you've got, major programs that they're spending more time recruiting players from other campuses than they are from high schools.
And again, that's my concern too, that you've got a lot of the Power 5 schools that are looking at the other conferences and see a kid down there, well, this kid's averaging 23 points a game. Maybe we missed him in recruiting. And I'm afraid that the other conferences other than the Power 5, that it's going to kill a lot of the programs, or they're going to it's got a chance to ruin, in my opinion, ruin college basketball.
Well, the common denominator for major programs that are successful in the NCAA championships are they're upper-class laden experienced teams generally, right? So how much you're going to be able to see that these days if you got so many players moving around? You're not going to. It's going to be really hard for our schools to retain quality players and have them get to the junior senior level. And stay in a program that long and really have an experienced core and be successful in the NCAAs. And that's what I'm concerned about.
It had to be something, a plus for the conference. Big announcement came out yesterday that Tubby Smith's jersey being retired in Kentucky. I've always respected and looked up to Tubby for a long time right there, though. But that's really big when you look at who the three previous coaches were, Adolph Rupp and Joe B. Hall and Rick Pitino, that he's the fourth, that's one of your coaches in your conference.
That's pretty incredible, isn't it? I mean, we are in the presence of greatness. There's no doubt about it. Tubby has proved himself time and time again, and we're all hoping for him to, do well at High Point, and certainly with the opening of the new building up there, which is really impressive. He's got the tools. So I'm certain that he will turn it around and do well up there. He inherited a program that was didn't have a lot in the cupboard, so he's doing a great job. But yeah, I mean, it speaks to our coaches, the coaches that we have in our conference, the investment that our institutions are putting into the fine coaches that we've got. And that's why, another reason why I'm bullish on the Big South, because we got great leadership on campus, and they're doing an outstanding job.
You've got great coaches, because a lot of these guys were guys that recruited my players when I was coaching down there. I've known Barkley forever. Yeah. I knew him back when he was assistant at Furman in South Carolina. I know Ronnie Fisher forever, and some of those guys. Barkley did clear up the rumor today that I asked him, is it true that Tubby Smith is the only coach in this conference that did not serve as one of your assistants at one time? So he cleared that one up for me, though. Yeah. Said that I think that McGeehan was one that was not one that fit that role there, though. But you've got some great guys and some great role models, I think, that are good Christian men that today express that the most important thing that people would, want to know, that they wouldn't want people to know about them, was their faith and things. So you've got some real, and so we enjoyed talking to the women's coaches too. Yeah. That my sister played college basketball. I coached women's basketball, college basketball at USC Upstate for a year up there too. But you've got great coaches in place that we enjoy being with.
Character matters so much, and a lot of that is from faith. And the thing I'm a little worried about the country right now is in a lot of ways we've kind of lost that. And so hopefully we get back to that a little bit. But character, values, those are foundations of successful programs. And you talk to any of these coaches, and you probably did, it's about culture and it's about chemistry and what they're building on campus. And so much of that comes from, the character of the leadership that you've got there. And that's, and our guys and girls, men and women, are really, don't question their character at all.
Coach Tony, would you like to ask anything you want to ask Commissioner while you got him here?
Well, I would just like to say this is my first time up here, but I had known, some of the coaches from watching them on TV and all.
Yeah.
And I have really been impressed these last 3 or 4 years in these schools and how they compete. I tell you what, like Coach said, you got a lot of these coaches right here are really big-time coaches.
No, they are.
And they set a great example on the court as well as off the court. And I can see, with some of the additional teams coming in, this is going to be a very competitive season. I'm looking forward to watching Big South basketball.
Yeah, there's very few issues that I have to deal with these coaches off the court. So, again, that speaks to their character and the values they hold. But to the competitive aspect of things, you're absolutely right. I mean, the depth of the league is probably better than ever. You see the programs that have been at the bottom in the past really improve, and then you see the top of the league, maintaining or getting even better. So I'm really excited about the season upcoming. I think we're going to have a dogfight. I think we're going to have a real race to the end, and it's going to be interesting to see who's standing, come the end of the day.
I tell you another thing I enjoy too. Living in Spartanburg, you got several schools who are really going to have some big time heated rivalries and all.
Yeah.
Like your PCs, your Upstate, Gardner Webb and your Charleston School. It's
Upstate.
It's going to be great to watch.
No, it is, and I think rivalries are so important to college athletics. That's something that's unique to college athletics, I think, and why. Another thing that's disappointing over the recent past with the conference realignment, everything that's going on, you've lost a lot of those, which is really too bad. But we're trying to build those rivalries, and we've got some good ones going on in the conference.
Yeah, and Winthrop, it's only about an hour and 15 minutes from
and with the men playing in divisions this year, I think that helps develop those as well because they're kind of based geographically. So fans can get to the games,
it's going to be great
where you're playing. So that's going to be fun.
And I reminded James today of this too, which he didn't want to admit that he was that old. But this year is the 40th anniversary of USC Upstate's national championship.
Is that right?
Yeah, James tried this 40th year this year that hopefully they'll celebrate. Now, James tried to tell me that he was 11 years old when that happened, and I said, yeah, and I was 12 years old there when I was coaching you.
Yeah, that's right.
But that was kind of a milestone for them right now. I know that they've had some hard times down there, and would love to see the city of Spartanburg get behind them in some way and help them improve the facility, the Hodge Center, because I played there and practicing there, worked there, and I know James and all them did too. Would love to see the city get behind and see if they can give them some help on that.
No,
that would be
think
great.
they will. I think they will. As they were coming into the league a few years ago, I was real impressed with the growth that was happening down there in that area and on that campus, and so I have no doubt that they're going to be very successful with that.
Well, Mr. Commissioner, we have enjoyed having you. We saved the best for last. We want to get the scoop here to let you get the last word in today.
I appreciate you being patient.
Well, we have had a great day here. That we enjoy the hospitality of your conference, of your coaches and your staff and everything. And we anything we can do to help you. You got my number right there, promoting and all like that. And we look forward to the basketball tournament being here and checking things out this year.
Absolutely, we really appreciate you being here and being a part of Big South Media Day, and look forward to seeing you as we move forward in the season.
Well, thank you. So Kyle Callender is our final guest today, and that's going to wrap it up here from Charlotte, North Carolina for the Big South Basketball Media Day. Thank you for being with us today.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. Absolutely. My pleasure.